All right, guys. Forget about the countdown. I'm trying to look for it, but it's not. Well, having a hard time trying to bring it up. But anyways, guys, this is the live race reactions to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race at Naval Base Coronado, guys. This weekend is without a doubt one of the most anticipated weekends that I've ever been. I've ever looked forward to as a NASCAR fan, man. Because what they were able to put on for this weekend is once in a lifetime to say. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put up the leaderboard. Today is the Craftsman Truck Series race. The O'Reilly race is tomorrow, which planning on live reacting to that race. It may not happen because of plans, but I'll let I'll keep.
Welcome to San Diego, California, and Naval Base Coronado for what will be an historic weekend of NASCAR racing, celebrating America's 250th anniversary as well as the Navy's 250th. This is the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. What an incredible backdrop. The USS Carl Vinson. We were aboard that last night. They welcomed us all in, and that's how it has been all week long. It's all about the sailors. They are here in full force with their families, their kids, to check out the first NASCAR race on an active naval base. You couldn't ask for better weather, a better backdrop, and we are so happy to finally be here. It's a NASCAR weekend, 3 days, and we're so happy you're here for the Craftsman Truck Series. I'm Jamie Little, joined by Michael Waltrip and Kevin Harvick. We just saw some of the images. I mean, NASCAR, the Navy, Kevin, they've outdone themselves.
They really have, and I know we're having a race here, but this is way more than a race. To celebrate our 250th birthday as a country in the Navy, and to see NASCAR running around in these vehicles on this base is something that is absolutely amazing. To see it all come together, to see the smile on the sailors' faces, and all the competitors, everybody's having a great time. What an event.
Kevin, we've been real fortunate to win some pretty cool trophies. I'm not sure there's going to be a more prestigious trophy than winning the first NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race here at Naval Base Coronado. These guys are going to be fighting tooth and nail to be the first one to win here in San Diego. And wow, what a practice we saw. A lot of action. Talked to a couple of drivers. I said, where's the passing zones? They said, yes, we're going to pass everywhere. They're going to be crazy racing when we throw the green flag in a bit.
We had so much action. 16 truckers are going to the rear, starting mid-pack back. There's a lot of damage out there. We can't wait to see what happens. A beautiful backdrop. The parachute jumpers right there. That's live. Let's go trackside now for opening ceremonies.
Please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute. As Seabees and sailors of Amphibious Construction Battalion 1, located on Naval Amphibious Base Coronado, present our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome Chaplain Corps for the United States Navy, Lieutenant Commander Brad Guillory.
Let us pray. O Lord our God, who sent your prophet Elijah, a chariot of fire, and inspired humanity to invent modern means of travel, we thank you for these vehicles. Pour out your blessings upon them and grant each a guardian angel, and keep all drivers and passengers in safety. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from the Navy Band Southwest, Musician Second Class Ashley Pollock.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Beautiful, beautiful job. We're about to make history at the birthplace of naval aviation. We'll set the scene and hear from seven-time champ Jimmy Johnson coming up next.
Sometimes it feels like schizophrenia decides who you could be. So it may be time for a different conversation. Ask your doctor about Cobenfy, the twice daily pill for schizophrenia. Cobenfy is the first and only treatment of its kind, and delivered improvement in schizophrenia symptoms overall. Plus, in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take up allergic to Cobenfy. Have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach, certain liver problems, or untreated narrow-angle glaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems, slow stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, narrow-angle glaucoma, increased heart rate, and side effects in those with kidney problems may occur. Seek help right away if you have hives, swelling of your face, lips, mouth, tongue, or throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder. Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know how Cobenfy affects you.
Imagine what could be. Cobenfy.
Imagine what could be. Cobenfy.
All's master now wants to get. All we come to the end of the road. Yes, still I can't let go.
You may think this show will return to laughter, but you miss all this is the show wherever our cars run.
The sound of NASCAR.
In small towns and big cities, short tracks, super speedways, road courses, and naval base. Build a track, we'll race it. Make it difficult, you'll find a way. Still using a poorly built shop chair? Aren't you tired of the discomfort and back pain? The days of awful chairs are over. Meet the Viper chair, America's #1 rated shop chair. Made right here in the USA, the Viper chair.
So Caden Honeycutt did win the poll, but I actually saw he ended up scraping the wall slightly on his, I think it was towards the end of his qualifying lap, somewhere around there. Like, I think they said like something like, but over 15 drivers are in backups or something, or got damaged or something from practice.
So stop wasting your money or buying cheap shop stools and get yourself a Viper chair. Handcrafted right here in America. Save up to $475 on packages, plus deals on all chairs, carts, creepers, and accessories. Shop ViperIndustrial.com. That's VYPER Industrial.com. And get free site-wide shipping. Don't wait. This sale ends soon.
Welcome back to Naval Base Coronado. You know, it's one of 3 bases in the San Diego area. Naval Base Point Loma is made up of 6 installations, including a submarine base. Naval Base San Diego is home to Pacific Fleet Surface Force and home port to over 50 Navy vessels. And where we are today, Naval Base Coronado, home to Naval Amphibious Base and Naval Air Station North Island, as well as 7 other bases located throughout Southern California. And another part of where we are now, the Navy SEALs are here. It doesn't get better than those boys. If you want to be a SEAL, you have to come here to Coronado. Quite impressive. Look at these pictures. I mean, we've been seeing them for 2 days, and it's just breathtaking. You know, we have 4 California natives in the field, and nobody is better known than Jimmy Johnson. He's in the field. The 7-time champion returns. 50 years old. How is that possible? From El Cajon, California, about 20 miles east of here. Grew up racing on the dirt, racing motocross as well. Went on to win 7 championships, 83 cup wins. Moments ago, he talked to our Josh Sims.
Well, Jimmy, for the first time in over 17 years, back in a truck, had a chance to practice and qualify. So with that now back in your memory, how do you feel about your chances heading into this race at your home track?
Yeah, I feel good. I really do. Knocking the rust off. It's been a long time since I've been in this platform of vehicle. I've been in a couple cup races here and there, but it's just a big, it's a different thing. These guys that drive these trucks.
Won't that be someone who Jimmy wins?
So found a good spot in qualifying. Plan on learning the track more, learning the truck more, making some good adjustments, and being there at the end.
And MA3, Tyler Henderson, you get a chance to run around the pace truck. What are you most excited about with this experience?
Honestly, now that I've met Jimmy, I think I'm most excited to see Jimmy win.
That's my mother. I really want to see you win now that I've gotten to meet you. It's going to be really cool. No pressure. Oh, you've got to win now, though. There is pressure.
There you go. No pressure. Jimmy Johnson rolls off fourth. Jamie?
You meet Jimmy Johnson, you instantly become a fan. What do you guys think of his chances today?
Well, I think that Jimmy's done a great job so far in practice. I think he's going to be right in the mix.
Yeah, right up front right now. Hope he stays there. That'll be fun.
Great qualifying effort, fast in practice too. Well, the planning of this event has been 2 years in the making. It's time for the command. Let's go back trackside.
Here to give the command to fire engines with the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Commander of Navy Region Southwest, Rear Admiral Rich Jarrett.
All right, Naval Base Coronado, are we ready for a race? I said, are we ready for a race? Let's go. The sailors and Marines in the audience today represent 250 years of fighting spirit in the United States Navy, the most powerful Navy on Earth. Let's hear it for the Navy and Marine Corps team. Just before coming up to the podium, I checked with air operations in the tower at Naval Air Station North Island. The airfield is ready for takeoff, which means there's only one thing left to do. Drivers, start your engines.
We've been waiting for this moment to hear those engines roar to life. Naval Base Coronado, we are ready to take it on. 170 miles of NASCAR action is coming up. Green flag is next.
In the movie of your life, you're the director. You write the script and call the shots. You keep the story moving along. Hey, who's it? And so one day, your doctor says you have chronic lymphocytic leukemia. That wasn't part of the story. For CLL, my doctor recommended Calphax.
Calphax is the first and only BTKI to offer 2 approved all-oral chemo-free options, ongoing treatment with Calphax, or fixed-duration treatment when combined with venetoclax. Calphax can cause serious side effects, which may lead to death. This includes serious infections, bleeding problems that may increase with blood thinners, decreased blood counts, new cancers including skin cancers, heart rhythm problems, and liver problems. Tell your doctor right away if you have flu-like symptoms, blood in stool or urine, fast or irregular heartbeat, dizziness, feeling faint, chest discomfort, shortness of breath, stomach pain, dark urine, or yellowing skin. Calphax may harm an unborn baby. Ask your doctor about pregnancy and breastfeeding. These are not all the side effects. Use sun protection.
And action.
Ask your doctor about Calphax. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Ooh, that's rough. At least with SafeLight, you can get that fixed any way you want.
Any way you want. Whoa.
Whoa. Wow.
Whoa.
Hey, whoa.
The new Craftsman V20 advanced batteries. More power, more runtime, more.
Whoa.
And there it was, the first great American yell, echoing like a sonic boom across history. This country didn't tiptoe onto the world stage. Hell no. We were born loud. Liberty is loud, baby. Something to say. Say it. Something to prove. Prove it. Because in this country, in loud we trust.
So why don't we go somewhere only we? Somewhere only we.
Commercials.
Welcome back to Naval Base Coronado as the truckers are finally pulling off pit road as we are just moments away from the green flag. Well, Michael, drivers are ready for duty. Take us through the Craftsman track description.
Well, this is a fun one, Jamie. We've got 16 turns around this place. You can see 3.4 miles in length. And of the 16 turns, 10 of them are less. So that makes most of these drivers comfortable. That'll help Jamie with removing that rust. Huh?
How about our track map? We had some trouble spots out there earlier today, a few of them to be exact.
Yeah, when you look at our track map here, you see turn 1, turn 2, 3, 4. All those were pretty calm today during practice, but as we got to the backside of this racetrack and we got to turn 14, 15, and 16, those really crept into being our problem spots. But you've got so many different styles of surfaces and so many things that can happen. But right here, Justin, once he gets loose into 14, goes all the way through 15 and slaps the wall on the outside of the exit of turn 15. Stuart Friesen, same thing.
You know, you play golf a little bit. You play the front nine really good. You get that confidence going. Next thing you know, you're hitting balls out of bounds. Well, a couple of these guys went out of bounds late on the back nine, and a lot of damage, a lot of backup trucks. And Jamie, you said it. Nearly half the field is going to the rear for either a new truck or repairs.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is this guy, one of our own. He's in the field back behind the wheel, driving for Ram in that free agent truck. The fan response, though, for Jamie McMurray has been huge. When he announced he was coming back, the fans were all about it. He chose this racetrack. I know he's been nervous, but it sure has been fun watching him. Look at all the fans, their support of Jamie Mack. So what do you say, Kevin? Let's dial him up, see how those nerves are.
Well, Uncle Jamie, you got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
Well, that's my question to you, sir. How is it going in there? We've seen all the hype from the fans and everybody excited to see you in that truck. How are you?
Well, it's been an adventure so far. Crazy track, like obviously very rough. Just trying to learn it. I mean, I did all the work on the sim and iRacing, but you know, when you get here and do the reality, it's different. And it's a high risk, high reward track. And we had a little bit of an issue with the transition and qualifying where it's coming out of gear. But I'm excited. I mean, I'm super nervous and just ready to get going.
Well, Boyer didn't set the standards very high for your finishing position needed to win this bet. Are we feeling confident that we can outdo Boyer so you don't have to ride that bull?
I'm feeling confident in your statement that Boyer never sets expectations very high. So, yeah, I think I can.
All right. Well, we heard Carter talk about knocking that rust off. Hopefully you've knocked most of it off and can get what you want to do to have some fun. Good luck, buddy.
Sounds like he wants to see Boyer ride that mechanical bull. Well, let's take a look now at our Craftsman starting grid. On row number 1, Caden Honeycutt for the third time in his career. He'll lead the field to green. Starting outside, the man you just can't shake, that's Lane Riggs.
Row number 2, we've got Chandler Smith and 7-time Cup Series champion, Jimmy Johnson.
Row 3, we got truck veteran Grant Enfinger rolling off in the 5th position alongside Gio Ruggiero in his Toyota.
Let's take a look at the rest of the field. We mentioned quite a few. It says to the rear. See, Ben Rhodes, one of those. Landon Lewis, the youngster, the 20-year-old. Somebody to watch today.
What about Cass Brawlett coming back to the trucks?
There's 50 laps total.
Good effort there. I'm going to be keeping my eye on Minnie Terrell. He was good on on the road course at Watkins Glen, see what he can do in his ring.
And you see Jamie McMurray right there in row 11 with Stuart Friesen, both of those trucks going to the back of the field. Brendan Gaughan back in the truck series had a little accident in practice along with Justin Marks, Brendan Queen.
Man, it's been like, what, 6 years since I last seen Brendan Gaughan race? Feels so good for him to be back racing for, like, even if it's just a one-off.
Good afternoon, Jamie. And as you guys said, Kate Honeycutt on the pole. And there was only going to be one guy to kick off this NASCAR San Diego weekend from the pole, and that is him. I talked to Caden ahead of this race about what it meant to bring this field to green, and he said, I'm doing this with pride for all the sailors that are watching this from base and for military across the country. Well, his crew chief Scott Simonelli gave him some great advice coming into the weekend, told him to drive this track at 70% and like he is in rain conditions. Well, Josh, if that's what he was up to earlier today, Caden's looking just fine out there.
Well, Lane Riggs is going to start on the front row next to Caden Honeycutt, and Lane has turned himself into a pretty good road course racer. He's the most recent winner on a street course that happened in late February at St. Pete. They brought a brand new truck for today, but a simple setup to what they had at St. Pete, and they were the fastest in practice. But then during qualifying, Lane did scrape the wall. He told me it was just cosmetic. He told me flat out, we are the truck to beat in today's race. So look out for Lane Riggs to try and find his way to victory lane again on a street course out here today. Caitlin?
Well, Josh, a lot of teams facing adversity starting this morning in practice. It's a long list of competitors who had contact with the wall or a series of other issues. There are 4 drivers who are going to a backup truck for this race today, one of them being Tanner Gray. I had a chance to talk with him earlier, and he said, I always have faith and confidence.
Those amount of drivers to hit the wall, but Justin Marks, Christian Eckes, Tanner Gray, Stuart Friesen, they're all going to the back.
A setback for us, but he said this racetrack, it is unforgiving. It does not allow any room for mistakes. That is something that we all learned in practice today. So a number of drivers are going to be making their way to the front from the back. Jamie?
Yes, Caitlin, you saw those drivers and backup trucks highlighted in yellow. All right, Kevin, how about our race analysis?
Well, we've got a very long racetrack, 3.4 miles. So our race length seems short, but it's actually not. 50 laps, 170 miles, 12 laps in the first 2 stages. Final stage, though, 26 laps. And you see that fuel window down there, 16 to 18 laps. So we're going to have a pit stop in that final stage that will be determined by yellow flags and all kinds of different things. So lots of strategy and things depending on when those yellows fall.
Yeah, Michael, how about our poet fuel strategy?
This is a good one. Kevin just said it's 16 to 18 laps. I talked to a couple crew chiefs. Their poet fuel strategy is to pit with about 20 to go if they can. And you're like, well, Mike, that doesn't add up. That's not enough gas. They're counting on caution laps to be able to make that extra fuel mileage and get all the way to the finish. So there's going to be a lot of poet strategy going on as this race winds down.
That's our fuel strategy, sponsored by Zero Carbon Bioethanol. Sunoco Race Fuel with Zero Carbon Bioethanol is a fuel blend made with 15% Zero Carbon Bioethanol, and NASCAR has been using it since 2011 with over 25 million miles raced. You see the fuel can there, guys. We are going to be pitting reverse from what we normally see on ovals. We only see this at Watkins Glen, so another spot for perhaps some mistakes.
Well, it's definitely a little bit different for the pit crew members, but that's okay. They'll figure it out. And once they practice that during the week, it's no problem.
Hey, everything else today is different, so
That's
why
right.
not? Well, the weather, as you can see, we don't even need the little forecast. It's 72 and sunny. Like they always say, San Diego is. Couldn't ask for a better day. A little bit of wind. You see it there, 10 to 14 miles per hour, but absolutely gorgeous, and this is what we expect all weekend long.
I just look at it and constantly in awe of what we're doing, what we're seeing. The weather's perfect. The fans, the sailors. It's just a celebration of great magnitude, and I'm really thankful to be here and be a part of all this.
How about the pace truck for today's race?
Bad looking, isn't it?
The all-new Ram 1500 Rumblebee SRT. The 1500 Rumblebee SRT is the fastest production truck ever. He was on the gas.
There we go.
Here we go. Caden Honeycutt, Lane Riggs. It's a moment we have been waiting for.
Green, let's go.
Flag is in the air, side by side they go. We are racing at Naval Base, Coronado, guys.
Well, this is the part of the
Oh.
You see Lane Riggs right there, really sideways off the corner. That second groove is not clean. They only clean the preferred groove in all these corners. So you have no choice right now but to run in that dirty lane to clean it up.
You can see all the dust flying as they headed down toward turn 1 and 2. Slipping and sliding. You're going to see that all day long. These trucks on a perfect lap are sideways just about every corner.
Well, since we had practice and qualifying for the truckers, the O'Reilly Series was on, and so was the Cup Cars. We have a nice battle up front.
Lane Riggs and Caden Honeycutt.
Going to be on the outside here as they make one of those 10 lefts we talked about. Good corner there for Caden. Held off lane.
And we'll head down this back straightaway here. A lot of speed down this back straightaway. You see how rough it is. A lot of speed heading into turn 6. A sharp right-hander.
We've been talking about these two drivers at the front all season, swapping the points lead right now. Lane Riggs right there. The 34 is our point leader. He won the street race at St. Pete, but our last road course winner was the guy leading right now, Watkins Gun. That's Caden Honeycutt.
And in third place, the 7-time champion, Jimmy Jam. Jimmy Johnson is on the gas up to third early. This has got to feel great for Jimmy to be out there and be that fast.
Yeah, and that's why he's here, right? He grew up around this area, and to be able to come to this base and sit in that truck and be competitive. He's been out there in his Cup car in practice, but he's been very competitive throughout all the practice, both practices today, the few laps that we had in practice 2, the qualifying session, and now you see him with that track position up front. And I predict that he will get better and better as the race goes on, as he gets more comfortable.
That's bad news for the competition as we swing through turns 12, 12A, They're working our way back toward the front straightaway. A lot of tight racing through this area. We saw a lot of action through 15 here earlier. We were up there at 14, hit the wall on 15, so we'll keep our eye on that.
Yeah, they head on down into the chicane right here. This whole section in this chicane, as you see them all mostly single file, one truck out line. This whole section was repaved just for this race. Very technical section as you go into here. I'll be right next to those tire barriers, but a lot of work for this racetrack to get it ready for these races.
You can see the fourth truck in line there, Chandler Smith. He's just as fast every week as Honeycutt and Riggs. Expect him to charge up there and be a part of this for you today. He's in that black hard rock truck.
Look at all the different track surfaces these drivers are dealing with. They got new concrete, old concrete, new asphalt, old asphalt, normal streets. We're definitely not going 25 miles an hour.
We've got train tracks around here. That's right. There's a lot going on out there, Jimmy. You nailed it.
Right there, Serena, those tracks right there. And that's what they use to load those carriers right out there. You saw the USS Carl Vinson right there. What a backdrop for a racetrack.
Head on to turn 5. You want to keep that truck right next to that wall.
I think Riggs is a little bit better than Caden right now. We heard Lane talking earlier today. He said, we've got the best race truck. And he's putting a lot of pressure on our leader here. This is cool. Check out his feet. Watch his hands and feet. He's going crazy in there with all the movement.
Yeah, watch his head too, but you'll be able to tell just how rough this racetrack is. As we're on with our Ford Racing camera here. We think that Lane is a little bit better, but one thing that the driver's busy doing, you watch his left foot right there on that brake pedal. You see it go up and down, modulating that brake pressure. That's something that you got to do, not only for the speed, but as you go over the bumps, trying to keep those rear tires from what we call wheel hopping into these corners when you have all the bumps. You pump the brakes one time right there, just to make sure that brake pedal's nice and solid as he gets off into turn 12.
Yeah, the beautiful thing is, we got past.
Oh.
The beautiful thing is how much he's using those feet. Watch his right foot on that gas pedal. It's not an on-off switch. He's got to modulate it. He's got to work it. And we'll even see trucks coming off the corner, going straight, and leaving rubber behind where their Goodyear tires are spinning.
If you want to control this race, anything that you can do to take advantage of your truck's speed at this point to be able to get the lead and try to control the race. Because there is going to be some fall off. There's going to be some tire fall off. We saw a lot of tire wear as they go back down onto the front straightaway from the start finish line. So if you have the capability to pass that 11 truck of Honeycutt, you want to take advantage of that as soon as you can in order to set the pace, get the clean air.
Oh, Lane Riggs going to go to the top, going back to the bottom.
He's going to go for it right here.
Lane Riggs looking to the inside. What a battle, side by side. Can't make it stick just yet.
Lane Riggs is on the better position. Trying to get to the bottom. Yep, cleared him.
A lot of speed in that 34.
New leader Caden Honeycutt. Jimmy Johnson, guys, keeping him in his sights, though.
Yeah, the more these guys race, the less Jimmy is going to have to do to keep up. Now that Lane has got that track position in the lead, we'll see what that pace is and if he can stretch that out over Honeycutt. And on the flip side of that, Honeycutt's going to have to look, okay, what is that 34 truck doing better than mine that I need to either adjust my driving style or tell my team that my truck needs to do better?
And we talk about how crazy this racetrack is. Our pole sitter, Dave Honeycutt, he hit the wall during his fall. Even when you do everything perfectly, you're right there on the edge of control.
But look at the right rear on that 34 truck. It's got duct tape all down the side of it. Put those seams back together where he's had some contact as well. So the one thing that I noticed right now, getting into the corners, you see Honeycutt is a little shallower than Lane Riggs in a lot of these corners. He gets that angle wrong through the middle of the corner where it allows Lane to kind of roll a little bit better through the center to the exit of the corner and put that throttle down as he's going straight. But you can see all these corners. The 11 is just a little shallower on this turn compared to the 34.
That turn 12 complex, left, right, just very, very technical part of this racetrack. And Lane Riggs is just laying down the rubber on this road.
These two have been battling tooth and nail week in and week out. They know each other's driving style. A lot of times they know their strengths and their weaknesses. As you see it here, how the season has been shaping up. I mean, neck and neck, except for Lane Riggs. He's been able to win 3 different times. Caden Honeycutt got his first career win a few weeks ago. But you see the points earned. It's close in the standings, but it's those extra wins for Lane Riggs. The 26 goes around. That's Dawson Sutton.
See the black marks. He slid just short of the wall there. Truck's probably struggling to get it refired. Gets that thing going again. We can stay under green.
I just want to give a shout out to all these teams and all the patriotic paint schemes, guys. They did a great job. You see the 76. That's Nathan Nicholson with some damage.
He's a road racer. Talked to Nathan yesterday. Very optimistic about his chances. He's been really fast when he goes road racing. Getting Spencer Boyd's truck. Looks like he might have had maybe contact with Dawson. Is that what happened?
See what happened.
Now let's see what happened right here. See the 76 dive in the corner.
Just got loose. Gets into Dawson Sutton there.
Just lost control of that truck. Getting in to that corner.
Synchronized spinning there. I guess Nicholson was able to keep his engine running. He drove away.
Yeah. You made contact around there.
So caution is out now for that incident.
Yeah, I guess Dawson Sutton's car wouldn't refire, or truck wouldn't refire.
Riggs and Caden Honeycutt can take a little breather.
And so can we. What a start.
must be yes. You can stay plugged in, even when you're unplugged.
The FIFA World Cup is back, America. Jump on the bandwagon. Hey, Marshawn, hop on, buddy. I made you this. Is that a lay? A lay's lay. A lay? No, a lay's lay. A little wordplay. Farming. Yeah, looks good.
Adams to Centrum, ready for anything. Finds Advil, that's strong support. And Tom's looking to counter-attack. It's Coronado. Every goal starts with an assist.
250 years when the Navy established in October 1775. Look at this old pitch. Incredible what those sailors did. Naval Base, Coronado.
Just the history, the energy around this event, being here on the naval base, the sailors. Jamie, we were out on that ship last night. You just can't really put into words the magnitude of the feeling of this event. It's just huge.
Well, there is, and we've talked about this before. There's not any other sport that celebrates our military like NASCAR does, and to see NASCAR and the Navy and the whole base here come together to put this event on. I know it took a couple years to put all this into place, but you see a lot of smiling faces, whether it's in the garage or all those sailors sitting there watching this race. And this is so out of the ordinary to do something like this. And from the moment that I've walked into this racetrack, it's just been an unbelievable experience. And that says it all right there. This isn't just a race, it's a mission.
Well, this base right here opened in 1917. They have never seen anything like this take over on their base, and it's been so fun to watch the reaction. Well, Amanda is standing by with a very special guest. What's his reaction to all of this?
Oh, yeah, our three-time funny car champion at the National Hot Rod Association has a big smile on his face, too, hanging out with his top fuel driver, Matty Gordon, as well. And, Ron, this is like a home race for you in your backyard. How are you enjoying the off weekend?
Well, this is great. Maddie flew down. I picked her up this morning, and she'd never been to a NASCAR race. So to hang out with all the guys, Daniel Hammer tuning them in. Maddie's getting her first taste on the pit box, so it's a lot of fun. I cannot believe the atmosphere here. This is incredible, as you know. But it's a lot of NHRA fans here as well. So FS1, Fox, we love you guys.
Thank you to Ron Katz. Jamie, it's an anniversary year for the National Hot Rod Association as well, celebrating 75 years.
Maddie, I'm told that is the future. So good luck to her. Glad to see them here. And Ron Katz, Southern California guy, bringing in new race fans.
A lot of energy there. We talk about how fun it is to be on the base. You go to NHRA race or watch it on FS1, Caps is on the gas and just a great guy that really loves what he gets to do.
On that ship, there isn't a bad seat.
No.
They brought in the grandstands. They're standing on all levels of it.
Kevin, do you think we're going to see any action on pit road? I hear talk in the garage area. Some of these teams might pit before the end of the first stage to try to flip the stage, if you will. It's a little early, but there's so many trucks that are in the back because of repairs. If you need any work, this is a great opportunity to do it.
Yeah, well, just on your truck and at a bare minimum, just keep it full of fuel. If you have the thing full of fuel, it gives you more options as you go down the road. As we look at, being at the beginning part of this race, and you just want to create more options for yourself. So if you're in the back, why not? Just get the strategy mixed up and come to pit road and see what happens with the next caution, because you might be able to flip them right after that.
There's the entrance to pit road. You can see most of our front runners, as we expected, are bypassing the trip to the right. But I think some of the guys in the back will take this opportunity to work on their trucks.
Just 4 laps in here. All right, we have some takers from mid-pack. The 81 and Chris Wright. A couple other takers.
I like
them. Yeah, they listen to you guys.
I like this a lot. I mean, you gotta understand how difficult it is to move through all these trucks, all the moving parts and pieces. Just do something different than the competition and give yourself an opportunity to gain track position that way.
Caitlin, looks like some fuel-only options.
Yeah, and Michael, you were talking about teams that are mired in the back. One of them is Gio Ruggiero. He had that damage on the left side from qualifying, so I just talked to his crew chief, Jeff Stankowitz. He said, Gio telling us the brakes aren't as good as they were earlier, so he said we've just been stuck in traffic, so they are one of the ones electing to pit, Jamie.
Yeah, so some tires there, 4 tires all around for Gio Ruggiero.
Yeah, when you're stuck in traffic, the airflow doesn't get to the brakes quite as good as it does normally, and you're using them harder because of all the trucks you're trying to maneuver around. So that's not unexpected.
All right, so 4 laps in. First caution. And what a beautiful backdrop here at Coronado Island, just across the bridge from downtown San Diego. Picture perfect. Stay with us. So much more racing action to come.
Your mental health is better, but having uncontrollable body movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, can feel embarrassing. I asked my doctor about treating my TD with Ingrezza. Number 1 prescribed Ingrezza reduced TD movements by greater than 10 times, with most seeing a response as early as 2 weeks. And you can keep taking most mental health meds.
Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior, mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden potentially fatal swelling and hives, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart rhythm problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you before operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble with moving or balance may occur.
Taking control starts with asking your doctor about Ingrezza. Ingrezza.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Ooh, that's rough. At least with Safe Light, you can get that fixed any way you want.
Listen there.
I think I'm gonna stay.
So that means I'll never see you again.
Dad?
Boy, I'm talking to my old Spice, not you.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, I'm doing myself yet.
Whoa.
Hey, whoa.
The new Craftsman V20 advanced batteries. More power, more runtime, more.
Whoa.
They say tennis is great for remembering you can customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
Do they, Doug?
My bad!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series live from San Diego. The USS Carl Vinson, the Navy, NASCAR had a joint party last night, over 600 people just mingling about. So proud of everything that everybody has done to come together. Michael, I know you were in awe of what we saw.
Yeah, and this truck race has been something we've anticipated we've been hearing about it for a couple of years. Being here and seeing these guys fixing it up, great racing up front, this is all you go hope for.
All right, caution had come out. Lane Riggs was leading.
All right, and back here.
Side by side with Caden Honeycutt. Looks just like the initial start.
Green flag back out.
Pretty even start right there. Honeycutt was able to stay right with Lane Riggs. We're going to go to a right-hand corner right here. You see all the dirt still flying in the air from that line. That's not the preferred line down the straightaway. Look at those trucks coming off the ground. They're leaning on each other. Jimmy
Johnson trying to pick up his spot over the 38.
Taylor Smith got around Jimmy.
3 wide back there.
Can you hold on? We expect him to drive up there and be with Caden and Lane. That's where he's been all year long. He's on his way there. Jimmy Johnson says, not so quick, though. That number 1 truck is fast today.
This has got to be so much fun for Jimmy Johnson, who, by the way, is running the Cup car as well, so he got some extra laps in. Look at that battle for third, side by side. Jimmy Johnson, Bill Wiley's 7-time veteran, Chandler Smith.
How cool is this for Chandler? He's racing with Jimmy Johnson of all people. He's one of the greatest ever to do this, and Chandler's right there.
There we go.
With JJ.
How to reload the oh no, Majeski around.
I cannot believe that they got away with that incident right there. Those rear tires were locked just out of control in that 88. That's what you call never.
Let's see. I didn't get that clear.
Right here, by the very end.
Oh wow, just wheel hopped in, almost got turned. Did he hit the wall? No. Wow, impressive.
Always says, like, I don't know what I'm doing or know where I am when it comes to this kind of racing, but they put together a great truck, great effort so far.
Andres Perez in that 44, great qualifying effort. He's hanging right there as well as you can see. Connor Bozak in the 7, squeezing his way ahead with joy. Just tight racing here, just inside the top 10. And you see that mid pack right there, just pure chaos with 2, 3 wide, all the way back through that field as you go back from about 8th place on back.
Oh. With Tyler Ankrum, I saw him get a little squirrely.
It's crazy in the back. It really is. And you hear people talking about fighting for their life all the time back in the middle of the pack. You have to race harder in the middle of the pack. And you wind up using up more truck. You wind up with more damage. You take more chances. Because it's just so hard to get yourself up towards the front of that pack. But it is tough racing when you're in the middle of a pack like this.
There's great racing throughout. There's the 77 for Justin Marks, guys. That backup truck. We saw that huge hit earlier. Even collected a camera. He's a little sore, but he's in that backup truck turning its first laps here.
I think he's got some great speed.
Oh.
Into the wall, just scrubbing it. No harm, no foul. Oh, I thought that 52 was going to get into the back of Jamie McMurray right there under that brake zone.
It's wild how different some of these trucks look from when we saw them unload. Completely different wraps because they are, of course, backup trucks.
Cole Butcher in that red truck there trying to gain another spot as that battle for third has been settled with Jimmy Johnson taking the spot. And he's driving away from Chandler Smith.
And Lane Riggs is pulled away by a second over Caden Honeycutt. That's the biggest lead that we've seen yet today.
Look at that big dive there by Ben Rhodes.
Landon Lewis, the 20-year-old back there in the 45. In this truck now throughout the rest of the season. Now the Ross Chastain's races are complete. Kevin, I know you worked with this youngster. He had the damage earlier. You showed me a picture. He was actually working on the truck himself.
Yeah, he's actually a really good mechanic, fabricator, knows everything about the truck. So he was fixing his mess up there in the garage earlier. What about Adam Andretti? Ran one lap and put it in the wall. They've moved up 13 spots already. You know he's a great road racer, and he's making some good moves early. Now you see Justin Haley right there in that ramp pickup truck going through the chicane. Trucks are racing right around the 20th position. I said that wrong. That was actually 20, Michael. I still get a couple of the chicanes moved up. That one has a number. A lot of these corners are very tight, but then there's some big sweeping corners as well. But this was action picks up when you come into the chicane. And you really have no choice but to be single file at this point. You see how narrow it is as you enter that chicane. As you go through there, it gets a little bit wider, but that entry is super narrow. As we look back at the lead right here, Lane Riggs is just cruising along out front. He and Kate Honeycutt. Now, I'm going to look for some strategy here, Jamie. It seems like some of the guys in the pits said around lap 9, they might come to pit road for service, flip the stage, if you will. So don't be surprised if you see some people decide to take this opportunity. We talked earlier, Kevin, to mix some things up, change things up to try to get some track position. We'll see who takes that option and tries to flip this stage. Like, you're not going to beat the front guys if you just stay on the same strategy. So if you can catch a lucky break and get the cautions time right, or somebody, these guys stay out on both tires or try to win the stage and stay out, then you have some of the trucks that are going to do the opposite so that they can try to jump them when the stage ends and everybody else has to pit. So we'll see what happens. A lot of options as we get towards the end of the stage. We're also going to be zeroing in on this fuel mileage as these teams pit. They'll figure out where they're at exactly under race conditions. Not going on here early.
This is a great battle right here, Michael. 14, Tyler Wright from Las Vegas, Corey LaJoy in the 10. Corey, we heard from him earlier. He's like, I don't know what quarter number is what, but I am having fun. I cannot believe we're racing here.
Well, it made me feel a lot better because I'm still a little bit confused about which corner
that they're in. And when Corey said that, I was like, well, I don't feel so bad. You're driving, bud. It's great racing. These guys twist and turn through this naval base. There's LaJoy in that blue Ram. Right behind him, Tyler Wright, 42.
Michael, I'm hearing a couple trucks are planning to flip the stage. The 75 Parker Kligerman, the 88.
You know, you talked about Corey LaJoy. Parker Kligerman is living the life, isn't he? He just is so ecstatic about this truck and the speed that it has in it, the 75. And then he's on TV telling the world what's going on there as well. So when you're a racer and you get to do all this stuff, it's just special.
It's fun to hear from him too, and just his perspective. He's part-time, obviously, in this series, but he's doing it with a little team. Henderson. Few starts as we see him making his way down pit road. He's coming your way, Amanda.
Look at Connor Mozak earlier.
Kligerman down pit road. Time to Jesse.
Remember, this was one of the trucks that had significant damage from practice. 88 at time and Jesse there on the right side of your screen. 3 straight finishes outside the top 10, but he told me earlier, this is a racetrack, you can get things moving in the right direction and gain some points.
Yeah, you see some messy pit stops right there. You saw the jack go down on Parker Kligerman's truck. So honestly, they're lucky that it's under green and it wasn't under caution, because they're going to lose less spots than they would have if it was under that caution. See the 13th truck there of Cole Butcher take advantage of this opportunity to put this stage. Andretti in the 5, him as well.
Connor Mozak.
And the other thing to think about is, like we talked earlier with the fuel can, right? Like these pit stops are back from the way that they normally perform them. So it can be a little bit difficult to be as smooth as you normally would be with the truck going the right direction on the ovals and the way that we normally hit these pit stops. Lane's got things under control. But one slip, you can see Honeycutt's running just maybe a couple tenths of lap time off of Lane. So a lot of speed still in the 11. And you know, Kevin, what I love, these guys are experienced. They understand what they need to go faster. They're going to report to their crew chief, what's wrong with the truck? How can you make it faster for me? That's where communication and that situation of driver, crew chief, knowing each other's tendencies really comes in handy. Yeah, and the other thing about being up front like these two guys are right now, I know that Caden wants to be up there leading the race, but Lane Riggs, you're able to be, you get the clean air on the nose and the brakes and everything that goes with being first, but you also get to set your pace and try not to spin the tires, take care of the tires. Oh. See that whole truck jump off the ground right there, going down into turn 2. I gotta tell you, I'm old, but when I see that, it makes me want to hop in one of those trucks. That just looks fun to me. Let's jump some humps. Let's make some lefts and rights and have a good time. But it's kind of the opposite for me, Mike, because when I've done that and jumped those cars like on the street courses and stuff, it's pretty jarring on your back. So this is a pretty good jump right here. Look at that, all 4 tires off the ground. That is awesome.
We were watching or looking at videos and pictures before we came on the air. They have so many of these shots. The photographers know where to be, the best spots to get that airtime. Nice battle here for Andres Perez. Tyler Ankrum trying to pick up that spot.
Yeah, good speed. That's a battle for 6. Ankrum in the 18. Got that thing rolling today.
Perez, one happy driver today from Mexico City, Mexico. Watched the World Cup and watched Mexico win last night right here in San Diego. He was watching it with a bunch of friends and family. Came out, had a great qualifying effort. Almost destroyed the truck, but he was able to hang on.
A lot of watch parties here.
And he's watching his rearview mirror right now. The 99 of Ben Rhodes trying to pick up the spot around Perez as well for 7.
I like that 99 truck. He's got good speed early. We'll keep our eye on him. See Jamie Murray, he's got a lot of clear track in front of him right now. He's running 18th, just logging laps. And I think as Jamie runs, he's just going to get more and more comfortable. You can tell how uncomfortable he was when we started practice, just trying to get up to speed probably, I don't know that he's ever raced on a street course, to be perfectly honest with you. So it can be very intimidating, and it's no joke racing against these guys that do this on a weekly basis. To get that last couple tenths out of the truck and be comfortable sliding it around and doing all the things that you need to do on an oval is one thing, but on a street course where the mistakes, as we saw with all 16 of those trucks that had to go to the back of the field. You see Gio Rochero go by McMurray right here. We saw him pit and get those fresher tires, but Jamie still working on getting up to speed, doing the things that he needs to do to just get better every lap. And I think a lot of that, and he knows this as well as anybody, just finish the race. If you can finish the race and be there by the time that stage 3 rolls around with the truck still rolling, you'll at least be in the mix.
Yeah, that's what I tell folks all the time that tune in to watch a truck race. How good are these truckers? 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson. He can't match the pace of Lane Riggs. Jamie Murray's won major crown jewel races, and he's running outside the top 15. That's how good our regular truckers are.
Look at Lane Riggs out front, guys. He's extended that lead by over 4.5 seconds. He is on rails. Let's check in with Caitlin.
Yeah, guys, just one thing to be mindful of. Noticing some corning here on the right front tire that just came off the Connor Bozak truck.
Yeah, we were worried about that, Jamie. Talked to some of the crew chiefs. They said they thought that would improve, but you can see there's the corning Caitlin was speaking of. That could have to do with setup a little bit too, couldn't it, Kevin?
Yeah, and you see, we saw some of this across the other series as well with some of the corning. That one's in a specific spot though, so could also be a wheel lockup that caused that cording. But we know that there's going to be some tire wear. We don't know exactly how long these tires are going to last because of the fact that we didn't get a lot of practice. And those laps that we saw was 11 and 12 laps, even in that first session when it was broke up a little bit. So we haven't seen consecutive laps run like we're seeing right now for most of these trucks.
Leaving in turn 12 area. You can see how he's opened it up there.
Lane Riggs is dominating right now.
Final lap of stage 1, guys. Lane Riggs is just cruising 5.5 seconds out front. A couple more turns. We'll see the green and white checkered flag in the air. And Lane Riggs picks up his 5th stage win of 2026. His second on a road course. He's figured out how to road course race.
He has done a very good job.
Well done. Well, guys, this week we lost a good one, a staple in the NASCAR garage for decades. Just one of those distinguished journalists that we all looked up to. Incredible work in 2019, honored with the Squire Hall Award for NASCAR Media Excellence. Steve Wade, you will be missed. officer. There he is with his beautiful family. Promoted to captain by his own father. Relieves Captain Montero of his duty as commanding officer in 2025. And I'm told I'm to call you by your call name, Wookie. Where did Wookie come from?
That's right. So, so aviators, right? Call signs are real.
Yes.
So it's something silly that you do, or maybe something you don't like about yourself. So
To knock you down a couple notches or
that's
something?
right. So maybe we'll get together in that bar sometime and I'll tell you about my call sign.
The iBar. We've heard about this place. It's so great to have you here. And I understand you oversee everything. So first off, when did this all come about? How did this come about, NASCAR being here?
Yeah, so it was 2 years ago when NASCAR approached the Navy and they said, hey, we want to partner with you in order to celebrate the Navy's 250th birthday. Maybe tell that story in a new and exciting way. So a lot of work kind of went into that because one thing we said up front was we weren't going to impact military readiness, right? So we have to make sure all these plans, don't impact our ability to deploy, right? And do that combat mission that the Navy does every day. So it took us about 2 years to get there, and man, we're excited to be here.
So many logistics, right?
What has this been like for the sailors? Because since I have drove onto the island and came to the racetrack today, the enthusiasm is through the roof. What is it? What has it been like for your sailors to have NASCAR here on the base?
Oh yeah, they're really, really excited, and there's been a lot of build-up. So I think there were a lot of questions, right? How are we going to be able to integrate this, and traffic, and getting to our jobs, and how is the this track ride right to the base? I think there was a little bit of trepidation, right, at first. Those historic double dome hangars that we see out there, near and dear to my heart. I was the commanding officer of two of those squadrons there, and those sailors have to work in those hangars, and so it was a lot of work to get there. But then as they saw it really coming through and coming to fruition, tons of excitement as they see this race force, really emerge where they work.
Wookie, we're going to ask you to stay here for another segment. Pit road is open there. Let's head to Josh now.
I'll start with the stage one winner, Lane Riggs. Team told him the only place he's really getting beat right now is at turn 5. Let him know what they need to be better in that turn 4 times the field for the 34. Caitlin?
Well, Josh, taking a look at the 45, Landon Lewis just checked in with the team. The crew chief field goal just telling me he's lacking a little forward drive. They're going to go ahead and make an air pressure adjustment for him.
Lots of adjustments all around. New tires filled up with fuel. We're ready to go for stage number 2. You see Honeycutt stayed out, Lane Riggs on top. So the captain will stay with us for one more segment, so we will step aside. We have so many questions, so we'll certainly dive into how all of this came to be at Naval Base Coronado. An exciting day for our military and NASCAR.
Like our loveless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's
Carl Vinson. The backdrop of our racetrack here for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And we continue here with the captain and Wookie. It is. This is so much fun to have you. So I know Michael has another question for you about how all this came to be.
I just love this racetrack. Kevin and I were joking about the jumps and the hops and the twists and the turns. It didn't just pop up out of the ground. What all went into building this racetrack?
Yeah, so it was great, actually, partnership between NASCAR and the Amphibious Construction Battalion. So we have CVs on the base, so these are kind of our construction experts within the Navy. And the Amphibious Construction Battalion came to me and said, hey, we'd like to help because this is going to help our young sailors, right, to gain experience. And our supervisors, they're going to get experience too. So they volunteered to kind of help and construct the track. And it's been really great to see the experts from NASCAR working right alongside these construction experts, from the Navy. Really great to see. Lots of fun.
What's it been like today, just hearing those engines roar to life for the first time and just seeing all the sailors and their families out here? What's been their reaction?
It's been a little bit overwhelming for me. It's a place that I just have such a strong connection with. I've flown out of here. I've worked out of here for so long. I live on Naval Base Coronado as well. So really a little bit overwhelming for me, and just that opportunity to tell the story about the Navy's 250th birthday is amazing.
Bring us to the green, Captain. This is us going back racing.
All right.
Kane Honeycutt.
Here we go. Green flag back out.
Jimmy Johnson on the front row. Restart. And it is stage number 2 underway.
Honeycutt out to the lead.
Wookie, thank you so much for all that you've done to make this possible. Absolutely knocked it out of the park. I don't know if we're coming back, but I sure hope we do.
Thanks so much. It's been a pleasure.
Look at this. 3 wide, guys.
We knew that was coming, Jamie. And Kevin, all day long, these restarts are just going to get more and more intense. These guys understanding how important track position is and trying to grab it while they're all stacked up together on the restarts. Look at that.
Oh.
Well, it's definitely the time
Saw for a glimpse.
Take advantage of somebody making a mistake, a lane getting checked up, and like you said, Mike, this is not going to get less aggressive as we go throughout the day.
So the top 15 stayed out there. The top 5 have yet to pick today. Kate Honeycutt, back up front leading. Amanda.
Yeah, Jamie, we were ready to call that pit stop for King Honeycutt, and Scott Zipadelli with the last-minute call kept him out there. What was the leading reason for that decision, Scott?
We've got a few different strategies we're going to play out here today. Our safe flight protocol is really good. Couldn't run with the 34 right there. We've got to make a couple adjustments. Maybe we can get them, but we're not going to be doing the same thing. And feel like it's safer to do our own race and see where we end up. So hopefully we'll play.
Quickly, where are you on the field?
I don't really want to tell you, but we'll be getting here in probably another 10 laps.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Amanda. What do you guys think of that strategy there?
I love it. I look, if you don't think you can beat them head to head, you want to try to put yourself in a position where you can put them in the middle of the pack and try to put them in a bad spot to get their truck torn up or whatever the case is. And when you have the track position, you're in a spot where you're in less trouble because of the traffic and all the things that are happening around you. But I think when you run those caution laps, really, you only got to run 9 laps right here, Michael. By the time the caution laps were over, so it's not a long ways outside of their fuel window from flipping that last stage to have the track position when you start that third stage.
17 was really fast. He's on a different strategy. He was able to pit early under that caution. He has fresher tires, and he's the first truck with those fresher tires, and he is.
Oh, the 7.
7 truck. Connor Mozak is around.
Yeah, and he's either gotten into the wall or there's another truck with damage.
A lot of damage. Yeah, we saw them both have damage this morning in practice. Look at this battle, guys.
How did Jimmy
Johnson going for the lead at Coronado, leading all.
How did he gain up on Honeycutt that quick?
The pace that Jimmy has racing for the lead. This is so fun.
And we saw Kate Honeycutt, but we thought Lane Riggs was just pulling away. That could have been Honeycutt starting to lose that pace. We saw those tires that Amanda showed us earlier that had that tire wear on pit road that we thought it could have been from a lockup, but there is going to be some tire wear.
Fox, you put Jimmy Johnson down all the way outside the top 30. He's in second.
Smith, Hemrick, and Gralla.
Lane Riggs up to 10 on his strategy. Jimmy Johnson looking up at Tate Honeycutt leading the race. Yeah, this whole strategy is pretty fascinating, Mike. And going back to Scott Zipadelli's call right there to lead Caden on the racetrack, that shows you that they know that 34 truck has them on pace. And I think that this strategy works out for them, and everybody winds up pitting here at the end of this stage to make sure. I mean, we know they're going to have to pit in stage 3. So this is a brilliant strategy if it plays out the way that I think it's going to. Well, he talked about maybe running 10 more laps as you see the damage truck of Bozak on pit road. The team looking it over. I think they're deciding there's a lot of damage to that front. And the damage comes after the spin.
Oh.
Goes around there and was just outside
Looks like
the groove.
Kligerman.
And right there, someone came through and clipped him. Whoa. Looks like Kligerman might have gotten into the back of that seven truck and turned him around right there.
Timing and scoring is having a little bit of an issue. So it's Honeycutt obviously out front, Jimmy Johnson just behind him. Another battle now. Jimmy Johnson has
Oh no, Honeycutt!
Jimmy Johnson, new leader in Coronado.
Talk about those tires, Kevin, and that's not good for them. They're slipping and finding there. They've got some wear on them.
Jimmy Johnson in the lead now.
He's definitely got some wear on there now with those front tires that locked up as he got off in the corner. But as you know, when these tires start to wear, not only does it lose traction up off the corner, but it also starts to lose that braking capability when those tires start to have less grip in the front. But both those front tires were locked up on that truck as he went off into the corner. Are you believing this? I mean, we've talked about how spectacular this event is and how happy we are to be here. And now 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson is leading the race.
He could call this his home track. Grew up 19 miles away from here in El Cajon, driving off-road trucks, racing dirt bikes. He did it all. Found his way to NASCAR after that, but how special to come back to his local region. As soon as they announced this, guys, he went to work and made this deal happen with Tricon Garage. Look at that, 19 miles to be exact. And now here he is, 50 years old, a 7-time Cup champion, and he's leading in his second ever Cup Series race.
Well, he's going to learn really quickly that I know he's been driving the Cup car some and helping everybody at Legacy, trying to get everything sorted out to be where they want to be from the competition side. He's going to learn really quickly. Truck racing's pretty fun, and being able to be competitive in this Tricon truck up in the front of this field is something that is going to. He's going to remember, and he's going to say, "Hey, you know what? That truck race was pretty fun. Let's go do another one sometime."
I hope he does, because this is just amazing. This Hall of Fame legend racing the trucks and getting the lead here.
Last time Jimmy Johnson led was at Phoenix in a Cup car in 2020 when he retired. What a moment.
Honeycutt's hanging on back there, Kevin, in third.
Halfway through stage number 2, airtime, and this is the moment. Jimmy Johnson makes the pass after Honeycutt locks him up. Johnson out front.
Since the dawn of America, we've craved speed.
Pretty dang fast. These guys go faster.
So, we built bigger machines.
This thing's ripped, baby. I need more speed.
Then came a new kind of speed seeker.
This is killer. We should make a sport out of this. A sport?
America's been chasing faster for 250 years. We just built a sport around it. At Ace, we know whether you
Justin Marks, yeah.
pellet or griddle. We've got the perfect grill for you. Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green
Ooh,
Egg,
must have slapped the wall or something.
with free assembly and delivery of your new
My problem wasn't that because his bumper's all messed up.
and grilling extras around the block. What you need in stock. With service so good, it's guaranteed. This weekend, buy a 5-gallon bucket and get 20% off almost anything that fits inside it.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
What did Skechers Elite Athlete OG Anunoby do with Skechers High Performance Basketball sneakers? He made history.
Get championship level performance in Skechers basketball. Introducing Mother's California Gold Ceramic products, the easiest way to clean, correct, and protect, giving you ceramic clarity, hydrophobic protection, and head-turning shine. Mother's California Gold, ceramic made simple. Give it that mother's love. On the road again. Select spices. Choose from curated classics for $5, satisfying delicacies for $7, or discover your new favorite for $9, like fajita street chalupas with boldly seasoned peppers and onions. Saturday is baseball night in America on Fox.
Chandler Smith coming up front.
Bryce Harper and the Phillies or Guardians Astros. Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox. The stars of the IndyCar Series take over Road America, where Alex Palou looks to continue his dominance and lock up a fourth win in 6 years. Palou wins again. Sunday at 2 Eastern on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth. You want fearless? Take a truck, sprint down the track, and get ready for a fight.
Welcome back to Naval Base Coronado, where Jimmy Johnson is leading the field, trying to hold off a hard-charging Chandler Smith. You have seen it all right here.
Yeah,
He's hanging on, though.
You see Chandler right there in the braking zone, just made up 2 or 3 car lengths under braking. Jimmy able to get off the corner pretty good, make up a couple of those, but it looks like Chandler's a little bit better right now, Mike.
He's just week in, week out, one of the best trucks on the racetrack, and that thing has gotten better and better as the days gone on. Remember, these cats haven't been to pit road. It's got to get to be about time.
Guys, one driver out of the field after contact. Corey LaJoy, he's with Josh.
Yeah, that's right, JB. End of the day comes too early for you. We see the damage on the right side of the truck. What happened out there? I don't know. I mean, we're in the middle of the, too wide, trying to get some positions back. We didn't flip the stage there. I'm not sure why, but we got back in the Hornet's nest, and you're just trying to fill asphalt, even if it's the right move or the wrong move. And I rolled in kind of driver's left through the chicane there, and somebody was stopped. And I was first I knew about it was when I was looking right in Connor Mozak's eyes.
Oh.
So too little, too late. We just can't catch a break with this mofo ran because we've been on the back.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson's coming to pit
Every
road.
week for the last 4 or 5 races, and something's happened. So it's unfortunate, but we're making steps in the right direction. This track's incredible. The naval base is incredible. Hey, hard day in early, but it's still going to be a fantastic weekend here for Saturday and Sunday. Thanks. That's the end of the day for Corey LaJoy, Jamie.
So Corey's out of the race, and the leader, Jimmy Johnson, on pit road for the first time. Gets service, 4 tires, filled it up with fuel.
Jimmy did perfect there too, Kevin. You saw him stop right in his box. That's a big one. That gets the whole pit stop started. You got to do your job as a driver. We talked about pitting backwards, if you will, coming in from the other direction. He did his job, and the team jumped over and had a great pit stop.
So that turns the lead over to Chandler Smith for the first time today. Caden Honeycutt just behind him. Both of those drivers have yet to pit. And you see Justin Marks, the backup truck here, and a lot of damage, guys.
Yeah, that one is done for the day. See what happened right here. Same thing that we've seen all day.
Yep, knew it. He scrapped the hit the wall.
Off that corner. It seems like if you lose a little bit of traction and you get high, it just skates right out into the wall.
Yeah, and that damage on the splitter on the left front right there was already there. That splitter was bit and damaged as he got into 16, and then as he exited 16, kind of finished it off there. So there was already some damage to the splitter, but definitely ended the day by the exit of that corner on turn 16. He hit the fence. Justin's going to be on the opposite end of the spectrum of Jimmy Johnson. he's had a rough day today with the 2 wrecks and finishing that one off today.
How about 2 Cup Series owners racing in the Truck Series?
But Lane Riggs into the top 5 with that move around Majeski and that bright yellow number 88.
Lane Riggs has the newest tires. Hit it on lap 13. You mentioned he's up to 4.
Parker Kligerman uses his strategy, raced his way just ahead of Lane there. Number 75 truck. One thing that's really changed for these guys from practice to where they're at right now is we see Chandler Smith off pit road.
Josh Chandler is coming your way.
Yeah, for Chandler Smith, this is his first stop of the day. He said he's struggling with rear grip, especially in the concrete section, but still feels like the truck is really good on the long run. It's going to be 4 tires and fuel for the 38.
Yeah, Josh will work at his 19 laps completed for Caden Honeycutt to come into for his first pit stop. Scott Simonelli made that impressive call, but he said that he needed lateral grip. Get going again, Caden.
Finishing up the stop there on the 11, and here comes Gio Ruggiero in the 17 truck to get his service.
See them plug him in. He's filling up the Sunoco race fuel with zero carbon bioethanol. These guys are going to be happy to get those fresh tires, especially Caden Honeycutt.
That's his second trip to pit road. We saw him early in the race on lap 4 or 5 come to pit road and make an adjustment. They did a lot of work on that truck. Yeah, and I think for Honeycutt and the guys that stayed out there, Jimmy Johnson, Chandler Smith, all those guys that stayed out on those old tires, they really got a sense of what a long run was going to be like, and then take it a little bit further. So that's what you're going to have to do in this last stage. I mean, you're going to have to run, 16, 17 laps as you make that final charge in stage 3. Lane Riggs on the inside of Parker Kligerman.
The lady here.
Looking on.
Lane Riggs trying to pick up that extra spot. He does it. Ty Majeski's on the move, getting a little impatient on the bumper.
Yeah, we know Parker always does a great job in pretty much anything that he jumps in. He's not full-time in anything, but every time he gets behind the seat, this 75 truck has always been good throughout the years, sporadically as they show up to the races. But he's been pretty regular in this 75 truck, and what great experience for his broadcast as he goes through the rest of the weekend to be able to have the on-track time. It's just such a unique racetrack, and to be able to explain the bumps and the cracks and the braking zones and where the difficult spots are. There's a lot of them that stick out to us pretty obviously, but there's nothing better than being behind the wheel and being able to relate that directly to the fans at home. Yeah, I talked to Parker yesterday, and he was like, I don't have a backup truck, so you'll see me taking it easy, but we feel like when we get in the race, we're going to be competitive. One of the crew guys said, this is the truck. We won a road course race, I think in Mid-Ohio back a few years ago. And I said, what year was that? And the crew guy said, I don't know, it's been a long time. But that's the same very truck with a new body on it. So great job by that team to bring a fast truck again. Stat guy Jones says it was 2022 when he went to Victory Lane. So that's a 4-year-old truck. Probably not many more out there any older than that, I'll get you. Well, that's one thing about the truck series. A lot of rules have changed, but I would say in the portion of the field he's racing in, you're probably right. Yeah.
So 3 laps to go here in stage number 2. Lane Riggs, second fastest that last lap. It was Grant Enfinger who turned the fastest lap back and forth.
He's been impressive, hasn't he?
Really has been.
It's been a good day for that 9 team.
I mean, you hear from him, and it's like, don't root for me, don't count on me, I'm not sure what I'm doing. And he's been running top 5 solid.
Yeah, I mean, he would have made it sound like that he didn't really want to be out there this morning with his interview because of how uncomfortable he felt. And you see the results and the position that he's running on the racetrack right now. Definitely wouldn't show it. So I think Grant is one of those old cagey veterans that is like, yeah, no, I want to set the expectations too high, but I want to go out there and overachieve on what I'm doing.
Well, Kevin, you had a great point earlier. I mean, he is a veteran, 234 starts in this series. This is the second time ever that we've raced on a street course in this series. This isn't something that's natural, and because you have a lot of experience that it shines through. This is something that these drivers have all really had to adapt to.
Well, they've done a great job, and when we went to St. Pete earlier in the year, we didn't really know how it was going to go. Qualifying got rained out. They started pretty green, and were able to put on a great race. And I think as you look at the race today, this has gone way better than practice with
what we've been able to do. But street course racing is no joke. When you make a mistake like we saw so many times in practice today, this thing will reach out and bite you.
Lane Riggs coming down pit road. Josh.
Lane Riggs, who won stage 1 and left a short pit stage 2, said he needs more lateral grip in the truck. Still, it'll be no adjustments for them, just 4 tires and fuel.
See a lot of trouble on that left rear tire right there. That's going to be a pretty slow pit stop.
And pitting reverse like this, a lot of times it's just that timing gets off just a little bit. That muscle memory is challenging.
And I think that situation right there, the truck just the tire got caught in the left rear fender well right there, and it couldn't get the tire. It looked like the jack might not have been quite high enough to just get that tire straight off.
When you got the speed that he has, just a little mistake like that is definitely a setback. You don't want to give up anything, but certainly he can overcome that.
So Parker Kligerman, the 75 out front for the second time today. Ty Majeski just behind him. Ty.
On that 88, after that moment that he had earlier in the race with that wheel hop, and for those axles not to be broken, pretty impressive. But he got a little bit lucky right there and didn't run into anything and able to keep that truck going straight and doing a good job.
That was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen, because he was out of control for a long time and was able to keep it off of other trucks and keep it going in the right direction.
You know, for people maybe watching casually and they don't know, like when we come to a brand new place like this, how did these guys prepare? Kevin, I know you spent a little time on iRacing, which was incredible, by the way. We were able to get an idea what this whole track layout was like. But what are these guys doing? What do they gain from that? And how similar is it to the real thing?
Well, most likely they've been prepping for this race for a few weeks now to be able to start to get the visuals down, to be able to memorize this racetrack. And, you know, as you got closer to race week, then you would get in the simulator and start working on your setup stuff.
Oh, Jamie McMurray. He had those brake problems earlier.
Big damage. He's a lap off the pace when this happened. Looks like he's going to be riding the bull.
I wasn't going to say it, Michael, but I think you're right. That bet with Clint Boyer, if he could beat Clint Boyer's finish of 29th, but he's got big issues here.
Flat right front tire. See the fender torn loose there.
Yeah, we saw that hood up on that truck earlier. I'm not sure what they were working on right there or what happened right here. I'm sure we'll find a replay.
This is his worst fear, not being able to, you know, he talked about being nervous about this opportunity.
Oh.
Turn 16 has been a problem for so many trucks.
Not sure if something didn't break on the right front before that.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I agree with you right there, Mike. I'm not so sure that the right front tire or something didn't go down.
Yeah, that's just too abrupt for Jamie to.
Man, he hit that fence hard. You see that whole barrier?
Oh, 6 inches. Final lap of stage number 2.
Contact right there. See, Ty Majeski into the back of Parker Kligerman. He knows how important these stage points are. If you're going to stay down on this strategy, you want to win this stage.
Parker says, not so quick, young man.
Parker says, I want to win this. Ty Majeski says, I'm full time. I need these points in the championship hunt.
Yeah, as they exit turn 12 right here, down towards turn 13. Ty's going to have a couple more opportunities under these braking zones.
Big opportunity down to 16.
Yeah, I'm just not so sure. He's going to have to get closer than that to be able to make that happen.
Oh, look.
Down into 16 here, into the chicane, I mean.
During the chicane, a couple more turns, a couple more opportunities for Ty Majeski.
Yeah, you saw Ty be able to really squirt the throttle right there to make up that ground.
And Parker Kligerman won stage 2.
There it is. Kligerman hangs on, wins stage number 2. That is his 4th stage win of his career. What a feat for that little team that could. Henderson Motorsports, just a handful of guys, part-time team.
Came with a good-looking truck and a fast truck. Naval Base Coronado. 2 stages in the books. 1 to go. We'll be back for pit stops next.
We are beyond excited and honored to have NASCAR on our base this weekend.
It's incredible how we have done everything in such a short time and everything that has been put into this.
It's going to be a scenery that NASCAR or nobody's ever seen like this before.
A lot of people see aircraft carriers on camera, but never actually see it in real life.
The terms are definitely a little tight. It's going to be interesting to see how they manage that, but I think everything's going to go great. 250 years of America and the Navy. It's a great way for us to celebrate our nation, what we do, and how we live.
I think it'll be one for the history books.
These sailors are just loving every minute of showing off their base and what they're capable of. Having a little fun at it, too. They had a sailor showdown. It was just a few hours ago. We had the sailors team up with some pit crews. There were 4 teams, 2 sailors, which were the tire changers. For 3 of the 4 teams, the 4th team comprised a Wounded Warrior unit. The sailors you see there changing the tires. And yesterday, everyone who participated had to go through a 3-hour training session. See there, it's not so easy.
The athleticism of these guys that hop over the wall and change the tires and fill it up, it's just amazing. We see it week in and week out, but they do crazy things. And when you have these sailors that are fit and tough as well, get out there and try to do it, they have a new respect for our crew guys.
That's what it's all about right there. The sailors and their families taking in NASCAR on Naval Base Coronado. We'll be back with the 3rd and final stage.
Sometimes it feels like schizophrenia decides who you can be. So it may be time for a different conversation. Ask your doctor about Cobenfy, a twice daily pill for schizophrenia. Cobenfy is the first and only treatment of its kind and delivered improvement in schizophrenia symptoms overall. Plus, in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take up allergic to Cobenfy. Have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach, certain liver problems, or untreated narrow-angle glaucoma.
Brake modulation and wheel spin will have to be utilized from everybody, and so it's going to be a real battle of attrition with the race car as well, as rough as the racetrack is.
Check out the all-new Fox Sports digital show Speed with Harvick and Buxton, fueled by Fluid. Subscribe to Speed on Fox on YouTube, the Fox Sports app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Kevin, you always have good opinions. I think you know what you were talking about there. It's lived up to everything.
Well, I'm glad you like opinions, Jamie. Not everybody likes my opinion, but I'm fine with that too.
Hey,
but
we had our moments.
It's
keep it spicy.
It's always been one of those things where I see it, I say it, and we move on, right? Like it just becomes I might not be right, or you might be. I might be. Yeah, 50-50 chance.
You got a lot of experience, a lot of success in this sport. I think people have to respect what you say, whether they like it or not.
Well, and look, when we were talking about this course and in the simulator and seeing all the things that were going with this course, everybody knew it was going to be rough. They knew that the racing surface was going to be challenging, and I think they've done a great job. Our truckers have done a great job from practice to the race of being able to adjust, and so far they put on a great show. Now they might all lose their minds as we get into stage 3 right here, but so far it's been a great show.
This is interesting with the repairs to the pit wall there. We're staying out before opening the pits, and that means we're going to shorten the laps we have to run to get to the checker. We talked about 17, 18 laps, but if you run enough caution flags, those laps, you can get more laps out of a tank of fuel. If you pit here, some guys might can make it. It'll be close. It will be.
Yeah, 24 to go, and I think that Yeah, I mean, they're look. Yeah, somebody's going to gamble. That's right. I saw that last week with Christopher Bell in the Cup race. Somebody's going to gamble if it's even in the conversation remotely possible.
Well, guys, when we were waiting for our show to start, we watched USA win their second straight World Cup match, and we have plenty more coming up tomorrow. The FIFA World Cup rolls on as the Netherlands take on Sweden at 1 Eastern with massive group points on the line. Then at 4 Eastern, Germany looks to stay hot, while Ivory Coast eyes another upset. That's all on Fox. And a cool event yesterday. SVG right there got to meet his New Zealand national team. The soccer team was right here in San Diego, got to shake hands. You see him signing some autographs. What a cool moment for him.
Always great when you can kind of have the crossover between two sports. And NASCAR, and we know that Shane is a great race car driver, but when you can tie in the soccer team and the NASCAR driver and put all that together, it grows both sports. And that's what I love about the fact that we have guys from different countries. And Shane has been such a great addition to the Cup Series and has just a massive following.
Well, and you've seen him kick that soccer ball into the stands when he wins the race. He's got skill.
A soccer ball. Well, yeah, I've been down that road.
Rugby. All right, so
I just said ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
he booted it.
Well, it's World Cup time.
Yeah. So Jackson Lee is in the 2, having a decent run here back in 20th. Let's get an update, Amanda.
Yeah, and welcome back to Jackson Lee to the Truck Series. It's his 3rd race with us this season, all on road courses. His father is our IndyCar on Fox colleague, Kevin Lee, who is at Road America this weekend, but the whole family is here. Jackson Lee is an instructor for Skip Barber Racing School, and he told me that this place is just absolutely wild. He said he was talking to his students that this place would be St. Pete on steroids. But earlier before the race started, Jackson told me that he was going to fall back into this race and let the race come to him. As I said, his entire family here, and they said that we may be beating Kevin Lee over in Road America with our views here in San Diego.
Yes, nice young man. This is all new to him. And, when you're a young guy like him, you don't get to go test. You don't get to learn all these things. He races all kinds of sports cars and races all over the country, but this is new to him. Just his 3rd start, doing a nice job today. So pit road will be open next time. See stage points so far. Brad Edfinger, I did not have that on my bingo card. Maximizing today, 14 points earned.
Well, remember, we're racing for a spot in the chase, and these guys need those stage points when they're having a season that isn't quite what they expected. Right there on the cusp of
The bubble, yeah, bumped him from 12th to 9th in the points. So
having a great day. Got a lot of them coming your way. Amanda.
Yeah, Jamie, and that's exactly what Grant Enfinger wanted to do today, was find those points. He also said that his other strategy was not take myself out of this race. At the beginning of the day, Grant Enfinger said he had one of the worst trucks that he's ever had, but it had a lot of pace in it. I just talked to his crew chief, Derek Smith, who said the truck is so good right now with the big swings that we've been making today. Minimal adjustments for Grant Enfinger. A little sideways there in that box, Caitlin.
For Caitlin's mic. She was going to talk about time of just a little slow on the right front.
And Finger had a weird angle into his pit, but the crew overcame that. Did a nice job.
Riggs team getting it done. Gio Ruggiero as well. Great job on pit road. Just 23 laps to go here from Naval Base, Coronado. Stay with us. How is this going to shake out?
For Jim, life's big moments happen in seconds, like falling in love with Abby in as little as 2 seconds, or proposing to her in 78 seconds. Then Jim had the hardest conversation of his life in 100 seconds when he learned that he had cancer. Because life's big moments add up in seconds, Jim and his doctor chose Opdivo Qvantic for its administration time, an injectable immunotherapy given in as little as 180 seconds. It may be used alone in adults to treat melanoma, a type of skin cancer that is spread or can't be removed by surgery, and is approved for many other cancers. Opdivo Qvantic can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain or fever. Report severe or persistent muscle or joint pain. Tell your doctor if you have myasthenia gravis or Guillain-Barré syndrome. Immune system problems include Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, and lupus. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or receive chest radiation, Opdivo
Oh, 33 around. Guys, did I accidentally turn my mic off?
Whoa.
Did I really?
Wow.
Bro, did I seriously accidentally turn my mic off? I'm sorry about that, y'all.
The new Craftsman P20 advanced
batteries.
More power, more runtime, more.
Wow.
23. Kid Honeycutt went down pit road because he got into the tire barriers hot. Locked up the tires, got in the barriers. Caution's out.
Lima, ball. Lima, ball me again. My bad. Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty. We started in Brooklyn in '78 and quickly learned we weren't building exhaust. We were building excitement, giving drivers that same roar of victory on their way to work that they heard at the races. Almost 5 decades later, nothing's changed.
You might think you're looking at Taco Bell's Cantina Chicken menu, but they're all just extras in this commercial. The real star, Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa, the sauce with main character energy. New jalapeno citrus salsa, only on the Cantina menu.
They said luxury is untouchable. We touched it anyway. This is pure horsepower stitched into the very fiber of your race day favorites. Our signature fragrance, Eau de Barbecue. You won't need it.
Earlier today in the pre-race, we saw the U.S. Navy leapfrogs. These guys putting on a show. Michael, we were walking the track yesterday, and these guys were out just having fun, kind of practicing for what they're doing today in the pre-show. They'd interlock each other's feet. 2 of them were carrying the American flag, and they hit their marks despite the wind every time right there on the track.
Just a crazy, amazing show of skydiving and precision. It was so fun to watch.
And the anthem, the flyover, the command, everything has been about the sailors today.
And they're having a great time. And I love the fact that we are showing them off and showing off their facility, everything that they do for this country to keep us safe and let us come out and race these vehicles every single weekend. We just can't thank them enough for letting us be here, but for what they do for our country to keep us safe.
It's incredible. We're here in one of the radio towers. It's our booth. And they told me normally aircraft is parked all around us, helicopters, fighter jets, you name it. Here, it's like the fan zone for all the fans and the sailors having fun. We have all 3 of the garages of NASCAR just completely converted this base.
There's a lot of strategy, a lot of thoughts going on about what's happening on pit road.
Let's listen.
So we're going to be screwed here no matter what. Either we pay take our medicine and restart the tail, or try to restart and gap as much as we can, and then come out. I feel like either way we're going to come out 13 to 15.
That is because some guys, I think, will elect to stay out. I'm just curious. We hear the pit crews tell us somewhere between 16 18 laps they can make it. But with up to 4 or 5 laps under caution, maybe there's some of these teams that think they can stretch it. We know Chandler can't make it. He doesn't have near enough gas, nor does Jimmy Johnson. It's going to be fun to watch.
Under caution here for the 4th time for debris that came off of Frankie Muniz's truck. How about that? Well, parasailing. You could do it all. It's 72 and perfect in San Diego.
In the movie of your life, you're the director. You write the script.
Here on Coronado Island, made famous, of course, in Maverick, if you're a fan of that. So the rule here is flying around, but you have to pick up the bar tab for everyone, right? If you leave your cell phone on the bar, you wear a hat in the bar, or you touch any of those airplane models on the roof. Gotta remember that, Kevin.
Yeah, well, I've been set up in a situation like that and had to buy the bar around, so unfortunately not there. But it has happened.
Fun place, right up the street. Let's check in with Caitlin.
Well, right now I want to tell a story about Kyle Ayala. He is actually the interior mechanic on the 44 truck for Andres Perez, but he told me he was also an engineman and diesel mechanic in the Navy. He explained to me he's worked in damage control and as a fire party leader while he was actually stationed on the USS Avenger ship in Japan. And this ship was a crucial asset in locating and neutralizing naval mines. So that ship ended up being decommissioned in 2014 and was actually brought right to this base in Coronado. So it's a special day for him, just reflecting on some of those memories, his time in the Navy from 2013 to 2017, and now working with Andres Perez. Jamie?
Caitlin, thank you. And Al Neese, the owner of that team, we heard from him earlier. He served in the Navy and he actually trained right here on Coronado. So some memories going way back in the day for him to be racing here. 3 trucks in the field, pretty special.
Pretty special getting to talk to Al. We saw one of his pit crews jump over the wall. And
Oh, Grant, I'm thinking with problems.
It looked really cool to see.
Did he stall?
250 here.
This is unfortunate right here, Michael. We talked about what a great day Grant Enfinger is having. He brought it in. And
That's not good.
told us in break that he made a battery change, but said that there's some more issues. As you see here, he tried to leave, and things just aren't right.
Could be an alternator situation. Brendan's been quiet today.
Uncle Brenny, we haven't talked about him.
Flat
Back in the
tire.
Truck Series, first time in 13 years.
Trudging along, a lap down, however.
Yeah, he's in the McMurray category, right? But didn't have a lot of fun. Had the accident in practice, and now right front damage and a right front tire down again.
So Statman Joe just gave me this. Trucks who have not had damage today at all, practice, qualifying, or race. 10 trucks.
But it's not over, Jamie.
It's not over. Plenty of races still to go, Josh.
I can tell you the 38 team labored over this decision whether to pit here or stay out and try and fill the gap and hold for another caution. They elected to come in, get those 4 tires and fuel. They made their pit, they said. Now they'll see if they can get their way back.
I had a problem with the fuel can, you guys. Fuel was spraying out of the nozzle.
Must have felt like it was full. A lot of trucks coming in pit road. We thought we would see this. Some trucks that hit it on lap 27. That's our question, our interest, is if they can stretch the fuel mileage that far to the end.
Yeah, you see Dawson Sutton broke down there at the entrance of pit road. We saw earlier that he couldn't get his truck started after he spun out. So having some more issues right here with what we thought was going to be a pretty good cycle of events for him based upon when he last pitted, but that all comes to an end right now.
So he is stuck at pit in. Work has been done on pit road. Beautiful day here in San Diego. 16 laps left for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series from Naval Base, Coronado.
In movie of your life, you're the
The race summary sponsored by Paula Casino Spa and Golf Resort. We've had 5 different leaders, guys. It's been action-packed.
It has, and you see these late cautions, Mike. I don't think our action is over as we see the field a little bit mixed up compared to what we had earlier. Lane Riggs has cycled out on the front side of this field with his strategy. He's got Ty Majeski right next to him on this restart. So it's going to be interesting, but I can promise you they're going to be as aggressive as they've been all day.
And Lane Riggs pitted with 23 to go. We talked about the pit window being much shorter than that, but a lot of these laps have been under caution. It's going to be interesting to see how the strategy plays.
And the TV just buffered.
So you're saying we're not going to end with 4 cautions? questions on the day?
No, we're gonna have another one.
Okay. Here we go. Ty Majeski.
Being called back out.
What a restart for Braves at the 34.
My TV. It's not. Please don't do this to me.
What an impressive day for Ankrum.
Yeah, Lane Riggs is long gone. He's down to one. Hold out ahead. 1.7 seconds.
Butterbean in that 12 Ram truck.
Must have got that truck fixed up after that hard hit. The tire barrier and then the wall.
Well, this is exactly. What Lane Riggs needs, if he's close on fuel, is to get a little bit of a lead and then start to back off, to be able to lift a little bit sooner, to be able to partial throttle that truck, in certain sections of. Here's a bit. I thought for sure that he was wiping out Butterbean right there. I think that's the truck that it was.
Oh, this is bonkers.
Johnson in 10.
Right beside Casbrala in that 62 truck.
Casbrala actually works for Jimmy Johnson and Legacy Motor Club. He does all the sim work.
I was saying Kate Honeycutt's in fourth position. He's got the most fuel of anyone in the top five. With 30.
I'll just put it on my phone so to avoid buffering.
We haven't seen all day. Honeycutt, he wrecked his truck and is still sitting there running fifth right now. Chandler Smith, who was dominating the race, running seventh. Nicholson, he was nowhere in sight all day. So a lot of things have cycled into what we have as to what we think is the final strategy of everybody's day, Josh.
For Lane Riggs in that 34 truck, the team said he is close on fuel. They told him to fill the gap and then manage it. A couple seconds ago, I came over the radio and said, I want you to go 80% on the straightaway. So they are close on fuel. Try to manage it here.
Yeah, Josh, I think Kate Honeycutt might be sitting a little pretty. Scott Zipadelli reminding him that he's got a lot of time to go. Just work this truck little by little, guys. Remember, he got into that wall. They had to come down pit road and made that stop for tires and took fuel. Kate Honeycutt could be the one that moves up in this race just on fuel alone, guys.
Imagine that. Going back after hitting the tire barriers.
He's in the top 10 with plenty of fuel to go to the finish. He can run hard all the way to the checker. You see him seventh there, running right with these guys.
Battle the teammates right here. Gio Ruggiero, Kate Honeycutt. They go down the hill into turn 2.
Yeah, Chandler Smith, he just wants to do everything he can to keep Kate Honeycutt in sight. Because if this thing goes into overtime, Michael, you're going to have your hands full.
Oh, 3 wide.
Chandler Smith on the inside, and he comes out ahead of Bone.
Wow.
Well, he knows the urgency right now to stay with that 11 truck, and he also knows the urgency if those other guys make it. He can't get too far behind, because when Lane Riggs has to go into fuel conservation mode, they don't know if they're going to be able to make it. So if he's gonna make up the ground that he needs to stay with this 11 truck and if not pass him. That 11 truck has a ton of right rear damage. Still making fairly good lap time, but Chandler Smith knows that he has to go right now.
I think it's so funny. It's come down to this. We talked in practice earlier about the fuel window. How far can they go? Can they get there? And now we're sitting right there on the bubble. Some guys that might not be able to quite make it. This guy up front, leading the race in control, but he's really tight on gas.
Look at the biggest movers since we went back to racing. Lap 36. Chandler Smith on the move, 10 positions gained. 13 laps to go here at Naval Base, Coronado. We're going to step aside. You won't miss a thing. We're going Fox side by side.
Down the track and get ready for a fight.
It's been an incredible day here at Naval Base Coronado for the Navy 250. Here these truckers roar to life to kick off the weekend as we celebrate America's 250th as well as the Navy's 250th. 11 to go here. Lane Riggs continues to lead, and moments ago, problems for Jimmy Johnson.
Could be the battle for the win right there. And we'll have to see how this develops. But Jimmy Johnson hit by Nathan Nicholson there.
Oh, that's what the smoke was. Ugh, Johnson was doing so good, man. Oh, it sucks. I swear, almost every time when Jimmy Johnson's back in NASCAR, something bad always has to happen to him, man. So unfortunate.
We're listening to all the stories about stretch it, conserve fuel, you can make it lane. I'm not all the way buying into that. I mean, it's a way stretch. This track's 3.4 miles long, and they were talking a couple of laps short on fuel. How do you make that up? Well, first thing I do is slow him down. He's still the fastest, one of the top.
What are you at for auto percentage?
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're telling him is to go from 80% to 65%. So they definitely know that his pace is too fast for the comfort level that they're looking for to make it on fuel. And the 38 has a lot of pace right now. He's got plenty of fuel, good tires. You can see him heating up Tom Majeski there. What he wants to do, Kevin, is make this pass as quick as he can and go push the 34 to have more pace, to run harder, to burn that fuel. Yeah, and you're exactly right, Michael. You got to get up here and push that pace as hard as you can to make him burn the gas that he needs, because you're going to get there and then he's going to have to go. I don't know if this.
Jake Garcia slow just before turn 5.
I could bring out a caution right now. Yeah.
He has completely lost power.
Yep, there it is. Caution.
Is out for the 5th time today.
Well, that's definitely going to help Lane Riggs' case to be able to shut that truck off, start coasting, start saving gas under caution. The only thing that puts him in a really vulnerable spot is if he gets overtime. And I think that Chandler Smith has he's got, we heard 65% and upshift early. Chandler Smith is thinking 110%, whatever I got to do to push to get there, because he's got a fast truck.
Chandler Smith was the fastest truck on the track the last 2 laps, pushing for everything.
But we know that Lane was backed off, so we don't really know what the top speed is for Lane Riggs and when he's pushing. I think he's got the pace to run with Chandler Smith, but he doesn't necessarily have the ability to burn too much fuel. I think that these caution laps are going to give them some breathing room, but he's not going to have any cushion if we go into overtime.
Well, with 10 laps to go here at Naval Base Coronado, how is this one going to shake out? Stay with us from beautiful San Diego.
At least safe like it couldn't be for free.
Or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
Gorgeous day in San Diego Bay. Craftsman Truck Series live from Naval Base Coronado. Happy that you're with us. Beautiful day for sailing. The winds have been gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour. That has not affected what's been happening on track. Look at this overhead shot. They even have a golf course right inside this facility.
It is hard to put into words just the type of event that this is and just everything that has gone with it, the planning and oh, by the way, we're having a race too, but the sailors, the whole base itself, everything that NASCAR has done, the promotion leading up to it, and then the on-track action, Jamie.
It's been great from the get-go. That was the initial start. Great battle between Kane Honeycutt And Lane Riggs, that might be what's shaping up here at the end of this one.
Lane showed early in this race he had a lot of pace, and then the action started picking up. A spin there, Nathan Nicholson into the side of Dawson Sutton. But the stage 1 victory right there, Lane Riggs. Watch this. Kate Honeycutt slides past the corner, and Lane was on his way.
7 time takes the lead, Jimmy Johnson.
Uncle Jamie hit the wall hard there off the turn 16
Yeah.
into his day.
Clickerman won stage 2 there.
Taking the checker flag.
This is the start of stage 3, the final stage, where Honeycutt was able to get the lead, and then he lost it, and very similar to how he did earlier, cooked the tires and went into the tire barriers there.
And then Lane Riggs back in control of the race. Under caution now, saving all the fuel he can to try to stretch it to the checker flag.
We've had 5 different leaders today, 13 lead changes, 5 cautions for 10 laps.
We saw Jimmy go around for a spin, so the team is elected to come in. He was back in 18th position. So I think this is just a call to get fresh tires and try to recharge through the field.
And no matter what's happened today, I mean, Jimmy Johnson, just being in the truck race and being able to be in the truck race today and the cup race on Sunday and in front of what would be considered his hometown is pretty special. And I know Jimmy's 50 years old. We're all getting old. But it's definitely been a lot of fun to see him at the front of the pack. And I hope it spurs his enthusiasm to keep coming back in and running some of these truck races. Cup racing's too hard. Those guys take it too serious. You can have a lot of fun here in the trucks.
I think it's funny, Kevin, you said you're getting old. Well, congratulations, because I got old. I'm officially there.
Yeah.
So there's the 50 is a good memory for me.
Well, guys, a lot of racing action all weekend long, and the stars of the IndyCar Series take over Road America in Wisconsin. Alex Blow looks to continue his dominance. They're going for his 4th win in 6 years on the road course at Elkhart Lake. It's the fastest racing on earth. That's Sunday, 2 Eastern on Fox. Elkhart Lake, what a beautiful area.
Yeah, I
racing at its finest.
I had never been there until the year we ran the cup car there. And it was an amazing crowd. I hate that things didn't work out to keep going back there. I mean, there was 100,000 people there in the woods, in the grandstands. They were all over, everywhere.
Caitlin.
While listening to Ty Majeski's radio, I also had a conversation with him this morning about his season as a whole. He told me it's been so up and down as of late. He said any issue that could happen, we've been experiencing it the last couple of weeks, but he said this is the time of year when my team really starts to come into their own. Of course, he added lots of unknowns with this street course today, but he believed his past success on road courses could help him. 8 top 10s in the last 10 races on the road courses. His team telling him now, though, max save. Also noting a couple teams mentioning compromised visibility because of that setting sun. Amanda?
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the 42 of Tyler Wright. He's racing in honor of Colonel John W. Ripley here this weekend. Actually, just yesterday, Colonel Ripley picked up the Medal of Honor at the White House. Colonel Ripley passed away in 2008. His son Tom was there to pick it up. You can see that livery design of the camo. The team is decked out in camo fire suits as well. The interesting tie here, Colonel Ripley was known for his valor in Vietnam, and the former owner of Nice Motorsports, Al Nice, was in combat alongside Colonel Ripley.
Well, thank you to him and to all those who serve, who defend our freedom so that we can race and live in such a beautiful, free country like we do.
We could come here and celebrate 250 years of the Navy, and what a special weekend. I just can't get over.
I can't either.
Wow. I mean, this is life-changing when you are able to visit and see this facility.
And we've been to a lot of races. I mean, I feel like I've been all around the world to watch races, and just the fact that we are here doing this event on this military base, a naval base, is I can't express enough just how awesome it is.
Well, the front two on the front row pitted with 33 laps to go. We know they're tight on gas. Row 2 has plenty of gas, so wow, this is going to be crazy.
The 8 laps to go here when they see the green flag once again. Caitlin had mentioned there's been some concern about the setting sun. Keep our eye on that.
I don't think we've seen our last caution either, folks.
No, we're going to take the green with 8 laps to go. And you know, I think Lane Riggs, he's got to get a good restart right here because I believe Chandler Smith can run with him and put him in a spot to where he has no choice but to go. I think they're good on gas until they get to the advertised end of this race, but we're about to find out. Chandler Smith's got to be aggressive right here to stay with that 34 truck.
On the 8 to go.
Lane Riggs, the leader. He's led the most laps today. Green flag in the air once again. Ty Majeski is there.
Yeah, and once again, he doesn't get a very good start. Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith.
Chandler Smith pushing the issue.
Oh.
That 88 truck.
Look at Tyler Ingram forcing it up on the outside in that 18 truck.
Comes Chandler Smith right there.
Kane Honeycutt not giving up right
3
there.
wide. 4
Four.
wide.
3 wide behind him.
That's Cascarala squeezing in there.
Gio Ruggiero, Tyler Ingram. What a restart.
Yeah, and you can definitely see in the middle of this pack, it is absolutely wild. 2, 3 wide, all the way from about 10th on back right here.
3 trucks are not as wide as I thought they were. They squeeze into some spaces that I didn't think was possible.
It's go time, boys.
What great racing on these twists and turns. Restarts crazy.
Teammates up front. Lane Riggs extended that lead for just a brief moment.
But you see,
Oh, Honeycutt bump Majeski there.
He knew if he let those guys get too far away, he wasn't going to have a chance to race for this win.
Honeycutt into third.
What about 5th place? I said Cascarala aggressive on the restart. He's
Oh.
put it in the top 5.
15 around Tanner Gray.
Get this truck rolling so we can see this action.
Turn 6 back there. The rest of the field ahead of him. He can get it fired up and turned around, and he is moving.
He's on his way. Look at Chandler Smith. Every time we talk about a truck race this season, we talk about 3 guys. Lane Riggs, Kate Honeycutt, and Chandler Smith. And look, there they are.
Chandler is hungry. Got his last win at Daytona, the first race of the season. Meanwhile, his teammate who's leading has gone on to win 3 times.
Well, there's a reason that these are the top 3 guys in the points, right? Like, you come to the truck series, you're going to have to deal with these 3 right now on a consistent basis, whether you're racing for the points championship or a win on a week-to-week basis.
And you know Ty Majeski, he's been fast. He's just had an up-and-down season. He's right there in 4th place. He's tired of hearing about those 3. He wants to break that up.
And he's got to make some ground up, but Ty Majeski
7 to go.
make a little mistake.
Oh,
right
here
there.
comes Smith.
And they come into turn 1. Chandler Smith clears him.
What great racing this is.
Down the hill into turn 2. Chandler Smith is good. Holds off. His teammate Lane Riggs moves into second. Kane Honeycutt right behind him. Ty Majeski, Cascarala.
Yeah, Chandler's got a little bit of a tire advantage on Lane Riggs. You can see the back of Lane's truck just not quite as good as Chandler Smith's truck off the corner. So he's able to just get that throttle down, carry a little bit more roll speed, and I think that some of that is just from that tire advantage, Michael.
There's a lot going on. We saw Tanner Gray stall on the side of the track. He got that truck rolling, but a spin for the 15 truck.
Jimmy Johnson had contact.
Ooh.
Oh, Jackson
Right
Lee
after
to the
this.
side of Gray.
Yeah, just got in there a little too far and got into the door of the 15 truck.
Such great racing up front.
Oh,
Meanwhile, there's all kinds
is that
of
Jimmy
guys
again?
behind him.
Jimmy's had a couple opportunities to work on those 360s today.
In the cup car and the truck.
Yeah.
Look at this advantage Chandler's starting to put on him. Kate Honeycutt keeping pace with those top 2.
I'm really impressed with him for how hard he hit earlier.
Yeah, remember that? Well, and he got a little bit lucky, right? He hit those tire barriers instead of hitting the concrete, and that it shoved the body in over the tire, and then that fender split above that right rear tire and allowed that fender to push up when the truck would go down. But when he hit the wall, it didn't tear anything up, Mike. He just hit it with the tail of the truck, but the tire barrier really saved that truck. It looks bad on the body, but the suspension And the way that fender
Honeycutt's closing in.
to stay in the game.
Through the chicane, first, second, third. Pulling away from fourth. Ty Majeski back there. 4 seconds from the leader.
These front row trucks have just they've been good pretty much everywhere that we've gone, Michael, like you were saying earlier. But that's been the case for several years now since this truck team has been around. Well, these, you just have to. When we are fortunate to get to do the truck series here on Fox, and you get to recognize guys that are just that habit that that are not only going to win truck races, but they're going to win cup races one day. And I would put Lane Riggs on that list. Kate Honeycutt is another guy that you got to think has that future as well. And Chandler Smith has outrunning both them. So what's that say about that young man?
The sun right here, right in the driver's eyes. Sun sets pretty early out here on the West Coast. I believe it's 7:59 local. So a little over an hour from now.
Chandler's not going anywhere.
Let's get an update on Chandler Smith, Josh.
Well, Jamie, remember how frustrated this 38 team was at the timing of that caution. So far, it seemed to have worked out on those fresher tires and that 38 truck just being strong. But Chandler Smith is a guy, when his career started, he really wasn't a road course guy. He struggled at it and didn't like it. When I talked to him earlier today, he said he had to learn this style of racing and embrace it and get to like it. And he attributes a lot of that to his time with Joe Gibbs Racing when he was in the O'Reilly series. That's when he learned what works for him when it comes to this style of racing. He took that with him when he came back to the truck series on front row. They had a great program. They built on top of that. Top 5 in both road course races so far this year, in position to ride this one out and try and get the win.
I like it. He went to work. I mean, these kids, they're students of the sport. You have to be to run at this level.
You will not be successful at any level in NASCAR racing if you don't work at road course racing. And I think the other thing, and we heard Lane Riggs mention it earlier, Joey Hand works for Ford and really helps these guys get what they need on these road courses.
As the leader crosses the line,
5 to go.
we've reached our Craftsman. 5 to go. Chandler Smith, I love that shot. Down the hill, Lane Riggs right behind him.
It makes me laugh every time that they go over that bump. And I've watched it all day now, and all three series. And every time they go over that bump like that, jump off the ground, it makes me smile. It's just so cool to watch. That sounds funny to say, Craftsman, 5 to go. You think, oh, we're almost done. That's about 80 turns. It's going to be about 15 miles. There's a lot that can take place. 5 laps. Are you counting 12 as 1 or 12 as 3? Oh, that's another great question. I was just checking. We're sorting through it. Yeah.
12A, 12B, or to 12C.
We did introduce C earlier. And then what's the chicane?
Nothing. It's just the chicane.
Awesome. No matter what we call these corners, and the action it's lived up to everything else that we're experiencing here at the Naval Base.
Third longest road course we've ever raced at. I quizzed you guys earlier. Do you remember what the
Lane Riggs
Oh.
hit the wall down the middle of the straightaway right there. That shows you how hard he's pushing, just trying to get that angle, sweeping into the corner the best he can. Look at the leader. His right front fender's tore off. Just attacking every corner around this track.
And I think Lane knows he's going to have to use more racetrack. He's going to have to be a little more on edge if he's going to get to the back bumper of that 38 truck and challenge him for this race win. But like you said, Mike, he was trying to get every square inch down the straightaway and just got himself a little bit too far to the right. I don't think there's anything that's going to harm what he's doing right now, but definitely a mistake.
I'm still not sure he's going to make it on gas. I mean, that's a big stretch from what we heard earlier was the most laps they could run. We'll see. Got to keep that in mind because he's pushing
Kid
hard.
Honeycutt's falling a little back.
Tangled into that corner scrub of the wall.
Chandler Smith last pitted on lap 34. Lane Riggs behind him last pitted on 27. Riggs was just the fastest last lap, guys, so not saving a lot here. They feel comfortable, but to your point, Kevin, earlier, if we go into overtime, does he have enough?
Well, if he's going to win this race, he can't save anything because Chandler Smith is in a position to go all out. So he has no choice at this point Honeycutt, his truck has not really been the best truck all day. It would take off 4 or 5, laps that were pretty good, and then it would kind of
Caution.
compared to Chandler Smith and Riggs.
Oh, big caution is out once again. Tyler Ingram hard into the wall he was running.
Same spot.
Top 5, moved that whole barrier.
Yeah, off the last corner, turn 16, where we saw Uncle Jamie wreck earlier.
That has seen the most action today. That is destroyed.
Yeah, wow.
Whole side off of that truck, Michael.
That's incredible. By the way, Uncle Jamie was just in the booth here for a minute. We asked him if he was okay, and he said it was a hard hit, but he was feeling all right. But look at that concrete just busted right out of the way.
Look at the chunks taken out, that concrete wall.
Yeah, and as troublesome as that spot has been today, it's almost like you're going to need to put another barrier behind those barriers so that doesn't happen again. You're almost going to have to double up. They're going to hit it for the next 2 days as well.
Here's what happened to Tyler Ingram.
Yeah, just a little bit wide. There's a ton of marbles right there off of turn 16, the last corner on the racetrack. If you get just a little bit offline right there, that's what's going to happen every time.
And then Majeski, he was closing in on Majeski right here, as you can see, and you lose your line of sight a bit.
He just hit that bump. Did you see that bump in the middle of the corner, Mike? And it got it offline. That's what we've seen so many of them do today. Over that bump right there, just you hit it wrong and it gets you offline. And there is no grip over there offline.
Well, we also have to think about, we talked about NASCAR overtime. Ingram getting this, NASCAR is working feverishly to get this truck pulled away, but they're going to have to fix the wall. So if they don't red flag it, we could go into overtime.
Yeah.
They're going to red flag it, we're being told, so they can repair that wall for the second time today.
Well, we've seen a little bit of everything, and now we can add a red flag to the list of events that have taken place.
It'll be interesting to see what has happened with that barrier for it to come apart. You see that those 2 hoops that metal rod runs through, that's supposed to keep them all together. That makes me think that the other barrier is broke. But I'm just guessing.
There's some stories that have developed in the top 10 with Ingram crashing. Christian Eckes, we saw him crash pretty heavily in practice. He's up in the top 10. Landon Lewis has rallied from a couple of slips and slides. He's in the top 10.
And Ben Rhodes, he's been all over the place.
He has. He had a couple of wrecks. And then just outside the top 10, Kaz Grala's there. And then the first Ram in the running order is Justin Haley. He's 12th.
So the cleanup crew or course workers taking a hard look at these barriers. See if they need to replace them or if they can repair them quickly. So while we remain here under a red flag, been a lot of action up to this point. There's 4 laps to go. We're going to step aside.
What hit?
After prepared for that incident.
Speed. Alex Palou is obsessed with speed.
So red flag for that.
Imperial Beach. You see any of the movies about Navy SEALs and them rolling on in the sand and swimming? That's right out there on that beach. Hell Week, it all takes place right out there. So 4 laps to go here. We're under a red flag. Let's hear from our leader's crew chief, Josh.
Yeah, standing by with John Leonard. So your driver is out front, 4 to go. The biggest battle seems to be with your teammate in the 34, Lane Riggs. So what are you telling your driver about what you need to take this thing home?
Yeah, honestly, he's been really good all day. He's drove from the back to the front, a couple times, and honestly, it's in his hands, right? He's the best driver out there. We got some of the best trucks, the front row trucks. We brought a couple new trucks here today, and I feel like they really showed out. So props to everybody in the shop and everybody that puts their hands on these things. You can tell they're good pieces today.
Love the rest of the way. Amanda?
Hey, Josh, yeah, standing by next to Ron Hornaday. We got him down from the perch up there, and he said, why do you want to talk to me? I said, you're a legend, and a legend that's been working with Landon Lewis since he was 11 years old. He started at the rear of this pack today from hitting the wall and qualifying, currently running up in the top 10. What will you say to Landon after this race?
I can't say nothing. He's doing a good job. I've probably started from the back 2 or 3 times already. But the yellow flag's not playing in our standards, I should say. We put tires on where the one's probably got the freshest tires, but the yellow's not up and everybody's going to make it on fuel. I thought everybody's going to at least have to pit one more time, but they're not.
What would you be able to do with a track like this?
I've been fortunate enough to go to Mexico and Japan and stuff like that, but to do something like this is pretty darn cool. This is, I like to see the pictures of the trucks next to the ship on the back straightaway and everything. It's just awesome for the Navy and and our military to let us do this. It's pretty cool.
And what's tomorrow?
I don't know. Another day for me. I guess it's my birthday, they say. But we'll be flying, so it's all right. Maybe they'll have a birthday cake on the plane. I don't know.
A legendary birthday at that, guys.
Happy birthday, Ron Hornaday. You know a little something about that man right there. Kevin, you guys go way back.
We do go way back. We raced on the West Coast together. Actually slept on his couch for a while when I first moved to North Carolina, and Ron's been so instrumental in so many people's careers, but mine personally, just to help understand the sport, know what I needed to do, and Ron and Lindy have just been so good to everybody. Ron has been a big part of it. His daughter, Candace, actually runs everything that we do on the late model side of things at KHI and on the Cars Tour, so Hornaday family is still very much involved in what we do at KHI.
How about this? Ron Hornaday, one of 3 drivers who won in their 100th start in the Truck Series. Chandler Smith making his 100th start today as he leads. That's our stat boys. Great. Oh, guess who was another one of those 3 drivers that won on their 100th start?
Mike?
Kevin Harvick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who
You
knew?
won at Phoenix in 2009 in your 100th start.
Well, I
had 100 starts.
Yeah. It feels like it was 100 years ago.
It was good company.
Yeah.
We'll see if Chandler Smith can hang on to it, become the 4th driver to win in their 100th.
NASCAR sent out the safety guys to make sure everybody inside of those trucks was well hydrated as the repairs continue on the wall. Looks like they're getting it closed up.
This is good. Good little note here. They said all of the wall components are intact, so they're going to lift and reset. So we're not going to replace. Caitlin.
Well, we know this event is all about the military, and I am joined by Zachary Scheckman, who is a petty officer first class. Has been in the Navy for 11 years. What's it been like having NASCAR here at your home base?
It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much for the support, and God bless America. That's all I got to say. Thank you so much.
Did you ever think you'd see race cars going around this place? I mean, this is pretty unprecedented.
Oh, I don't know. This is my second tour here. This is just truly incredible. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for being here. So we're obviously watching the Craftsman Truck Series race. Is there a driver and team that you would like to see visit Victory Lane here for the first time?
Jimmy Johnson, already saw it. So it was great.
There you go. He's rooting for Jimmy Johnson for the win today. Jamie?
That's going to be an uphill climb from here. But what a show he put on earlier.
He did put on a show. You know what I've learned from the last 2 interviews? We need more sunscreen down there. Caitlin's going to need some sunscreen on her face, and Ron Hornaday is going to need 2 bottles.
Well, To Caitlin's credit, we all showed up about 6:30 this morning, and it was overcast. The marine layer was here. So you sometimes forget about
it's sunny and windy. So for those of us that aren't out in the sun a lot, it creates a sunburn.
I think you got sunburn at SeaWorld yesterday, Kevin.
Let's not talk about my tan.
Great day. Great week for many of us down here in San Diego. USS Carl Vinson, one of the greatest backdrops we've seen. Stay with us. We're going to wrap this thing up soon. Welcome back to Naval Base Coronado. Snapshot
Back under
from San
caution.
Diego. That was the Hotel del Coronado right up the road. That's a haunted room. Special place, as many of the drivers are staying there with their families this weekend. There she
Back
is.
under caution.
American flag flying over that hotel. I might move out now that you told me there's a haunted room.
Gotta look it up, Kevin. It's serious.
I'll wait till I'm home.
I lived here for about 6 years, went to San Diego State University, and that's one of the first stories we learned about. Look at the sailors. They're having a great time. It's like, what? We're on camera? Been out here all day. It was an early day for everyone. We've had all 3 NASCAR series on track.
Well, that's a great view from the top of that ship.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson stalled.
See, they had to tape up his hood. Got him all squared away, and now it won't go.
Stalled. Restart zone there. Here comes the wrecker. They're getting a workout right now. Let's check in with Josh.
And I'm down here with Dylan Capello, the crew chief of the 34 team with Lane Riggs. So first of all, how are you guys on fuel? And then also, what are you telling your driver about how to get around your teammate and take this thing home?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just want to finish this for Front Row Motorsports. They've done a really good job
everybody in front row doing a good job building these road course trucks and having two really fast pieces for these superstars to go drive around here. So it's been an awesome event to be a part of. I think we just got to be really smart here on this last restart. There's going to be some chaos, and it might not be the last one. So we're just going to go give it our all here and push for 2 hard laps and see who comes out on top.
And you guys feel good about the fuel you got left?
Yes. Yeah. We'll be simple and straight to the point. Appreciate it.
There you go. I like that. Yeah, well, the great part about Dylan is he's not just a crew chief. He's a racer. He has a late model. And I actually saw him on the entry list next week for our Cars Tour West race that we're having in Monroe, Washington at Evergreen Speedway. We'll all be out there racing next week. And Dylan's on the entry list.
How fun is that?
He's been in a few races, yeah.
Yeah, it's a weekend off for the truckers, so Dylan Capello's going racing.
That's right.
That's got to be so helpful for his driver, Lane Riggs. They just speak the same language, right?
Yeah, and that was how it was with Rodney Childers and I. He used to race and understood the cars and the lingo, right? And understands that the driver's going to yell sometimes and be mad and knows what it's like sitting behind the seat. When you have a crew chief that not only race, but is still actively racing, just keeping up with what it's like inside the vehicles and the changes and all the things that you go through as a driver, that is second to none. Good to have because of the fact that they have that real life experience.
Well, Front Row Motorsports right now, first and second. He mentioned we just want to finish like that. They've only done it actually one time before, North Wilkesboro, May of last year. Smith won that race and Riggs was second.
See Riggs working those tires in. You want to make sure that when they say go, you've got all the rubble debris cleaned off your tires. See him shaking that truck up ahead. That's Chandler Smith as they choose the restart lines.
Not a lot of races left in the regular season for the truckers, guys. We're getting there. Here we go, final 6.
I love these 6 races too.
It's only 5 left after this. Look at that. We're going right to another road course.
I love that.
Now.
Yeah, I love that they're going back-to-back road courses. Lime Rock, a great place to race. North Wilkesboro, take it to the short track. All short tracks. One road course and all the short tracks left on the schedule before we get to the chase for the championship.
I sure do love going to New Hampshire. I mean, that's just a lot of great race fans up in that part of the country. The trucks put on an awesome show there.
Especially this time of year.
Yes.
Weather's always beautiful up there this time of year. I don't know that you're going to be able to top this, but it'll be nice in New Hampshire.
I mean, what's this going to mean? Whoever ends up victorious and taking home that trophy, what a big win. What a big day to be the first winner at this event in front of all these sailors, 3,300 of them on this base alone.
It's just, it'd be incredible. It would have to be, like I said earlier, trading a Daytona trophy would be a hard thing to do, but darn. This is an inaugural event at this beautiful facility. This would be one of the best trophies in NASCAR to win. Whether it's today, tomorrow, or the next day, these guys will cherish getting a victory here.
There you go.
Now we just got to see if we can run a couple laps without running each other off the road.
It's so wild to me, Mike, that every time that we get back under caution and you see just the dust still flying out of these things, it's like it never cleans up.
A lot of sand out there as well, obviously being right next to the water. Hard to clean it all up. All right, guys, here we go. It'll be 2 to go. Chandler Smith on the right side. Lane Riggs, his teammate on the outside.
Green flag. 2 to go.
Nice jump there by Chandler. Yeah, and you see Honeycutt right on the bumper of Chandler Smith trying to push him along.
He's not done with this, guys. He's been through a lot today. Honeycutt in second.
Honeycutt got into the wall right there.
About the 3rd time we've seen that happen today.
Look at all those trucks fanning out.
Lock up by Ben Rhodes.
Ben Rhodes.
Oh, contact.
Andres Perez gets a piece of it. Kligerman gets a piece of it. Somebody else is around the 76.
44.
As well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we can get those trucks fired back up and how much debris is still on that racetrack right there.
Look at Lane. He's all the way back to 4th. That's Tyler Reif in the 42 that got around him.
Honeycutt's right there.
And this has really been where Honeycutt's truck has been the best. Are these short runs, 3 or 4 laps on these short runs.
See.
This is back 10th, 11th, 12th.
Ben Rhodes.
Most damage happened.
When he pulled
And
back on the track,
Kligerman.
it just caused chaos, and now the caution is out. We weren't able
Andres Perez, I think.
Kevin. Well, and that's gonna start putting some pressure on these guys that don't have the same amount of fuel that Chandler Smith has.
You saw there when Ben came back on the road and just kept everybody, squeezed everyone together. And Nicholson was the only truck that couldn't drive off.
Yeah, and there's some debris, big pieces of debris right there behind Nicholson's truck. Looks like a crush panel. That truck has hit the wall pretty hard on the left side.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, he was having a great run.
Great day. So I think that the count is at just 5 trucks that have not been involved in something today, whether it was practice, qualifying, and off he goes.
Got him rolling. That's a good sign.
Yeah, just couldn't get the starter to work right there. Gave him a little push and bump started that thing, and off he goes.
Craftsman Truck Series overtime, boys.
Well, we kind of figured that might be the case. And
going into the race, you knew it.
I just have to say this fuel is not over. The fuel could become a factor because restart after restart. I don't think
Oh my goodness, this race taking longer than I thought it would be.
Lane Riggs, it's been 21 laps since he last came down pit road. We've had a red flag. We've had a lot of caution laps. A lot of question marks still to go, but this one's certainly not over. We're going to go overtime after this. There's been some incredible last lap passes this season alone, guys. 4 of them to be exact. Look at this in Daytona.
Can you believe they're running 185 miles an hour, 4 wide in Daytona, and they don't crash? What a season we've had. The truckers have been on it this year, I'm telling you.
Time included in that one. There he is, involved in a couple of these.
Lane Riggs around the outside. Look at that.
You see Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith, and Corey Heim in pretty much every video that we just played as we talk about those last lap passes.
Well, the only reason why Corey Heim isn't in this last lap video is because he's not racing.
Wish we were able to react to Daytona, the Daytona truck race, man. Originally was going to, but then I had some internet issues that day.
So Chandler Smith continues to lead here. Let's listen in on his radio.
Yeah, you literally can't see nothing once you come off turn 3. Oh, and it's like that all the way to turn 8. All of a sudden saying that you just call right now.
That's what Chandler was saying. Would you tell him to call it right now? You know what's interesting, Jamie? He says you can't see nothing, and they're going to go right from turn 3 to 8 and not run into any. Well, they might run into each other, but it won't be because they couldn't see. It's going to be because they're just aggressive.
And you have to find things that are different that are not directly looking into the sun, right? Like you have to look at a different wall or a different marker, or have a different reference than what you normally do, because these are the things that we're learning about this track. We haven't been here before, so when you get to a certain time, whatever time it is, 7:12 right now, you know that you need some tape on the window, but they didn't start with any tape on the window. Didn't think that was going to be a problem.
So we're told pit road is open and Lane Riggs may be a taker.
No way.
We're talking about the fuel situation. There's chatter.
Where is Lane Riggs?
He's right behind Rife in the 42. He got past there.
Riggs back in fourth.
He must have.
Let's see.
He must have tried to get his gap too big, and what'll happen is.
Nope, he went by. We've got another taker there, but Lane Riggs stays out.
That's Christian Eckes. That's okay. We've been here a long time. We did all that early this morning in practice, the first scrape into it, and it just hasn't really changed much since then.
Can you believe practice was at 9 o'clock this morning? It's been a long day, a very eventful day. All three series have been on track. Yeah, so let's look back at turn 16 we were just talking about, and all the hits from practice, qualifying. Ben Rhodes started it all at Connor Mozak. Justin Marks.
Oh, that's a big one for Jamie Mack.
Oh, Tyler Anker just ripped off the whole right side of his truck there and moved the barriers out. Hats off to the cleanup crew. The track crew has done an incredible job trying to get us back and going as quickly as possible.
And, that's what I think is so interesting about racing. We walked the track, and everybody was talking about different points on the racetrack that were going to be difficult, that were going to be challenging, and all of the track is. But we didn't really harp on turn 16 like that. Like, we didn't say that was a big deal. And I'll be darned.
It's a big deal.
It's one that's got the most teeth.
Yeah, and I think that bump in the middle of turn 16, just Tyler Anker didn't really do much wrong right there, but that truck bounced a little bit wrong, got him up out of the groove and into the fence. So I was serious about putting the barrier back there, because they're going to hit it for 2 more days. Need to double that thing up.
We're choosing our restart lane. Going to re-rack it and try to run a couple laps.
This is going to be good. Chandler Smith, Caden Honeycutt, Tyler Rife in the 42, Las Vegas native, 19 years old.
He's doing a great job. I love it when kids show up and you just know they understand it and they get it. He's put himself in a great position here late.
The 6th start this year.
Justin Haley's got his Ram up inside the top 10. Good run for him again. I'm telling you, this fuel thing's going to raise its head.
Best finish for Ram this year, guys, of the 5 trucks every week has been 6th, and it was at the last road course at Watkins Glen by A.J. Allmendinger. See if Justin Haley can better that. He's in 7th right now.
The rotating pace trucks has thrown me for a loop today.
I've never noticed this, but you said that in Chicago they did the same thing.
You know, they have multiple pace trucks, but I don't know about different brands all the time.
Yeah, that was something new. This is the third different OEM that we've seen represented. Equal opportunity on the naval base.
Here we go.
Through the chicane.
Overtime.
Can we make it to the end without another caution?
I think we will. Either way, if we do or don't, it's going to get aggressive. Look at the squeeze job there.
Here we go.
Green flag.
NASCAR overtime at Naval Base Coronado.
Yeah, it looked like Honeycutt right there smoked the back tires, but he was able to get a push from Lane Riggs, and he's got the jump right now.
Advantage.
Oh, around goes Chandler Smith.
38 Chandler Smith into the wall after turn 1.
Wow.
He's got it going.
Can't tell if Honeycutt was able to keep it straight.
Look at Lane Riggs.
Daniel Hemrick in the 19.
Daniel Hemrick.
They all got shuffled there. This is the battle up front.
Right, that's right there.
Daniel Hemrick and Lane Riggs. Does Lane Riggs have enough fuel?
Caden Honeycutt got shuffled way back. This is the lead. The battle for it, and Daniel Hemrick for the first time today leads here.
Remember practice this morning, him apologizing for making a mistake.
Wow.
He's got a lot of heat on him right now, though.
Here comes Lane Riggs. Taking a look to the inside. And he gets the advantage.
Riggs out front.
Tyler Wright hanging in there with him in third.
Asgrala off the wall, running in the top 5. Dive job.
Landon Lewis in the 45 was outside the top 10. I feel like for the first half of this race, guys, here he is battling for the win.
Yeah, and Daniel Hemrick is back around. Lane Riggs right here. Lane must have made a mistake, and Hemrick is right there.
Oh, they made contact. If Tyler Wright somehow gets it done, that would be amazing. More contact.
The 19-year-old driving for Nice Motorsports side by side.
Riggs is out. Riggs is out of fuel, I think.
Yeah, that's the Riggs radio, but that truck is back up and running. These two leaders, Daniel Hemrick and Tyler Wright, door to door.
One of the best paint schemes here on the naval base is out front leading. Riggs saying he's going to make it.
Oh, the contact. Contact.
Contact up front. Lane Riggs is trying to capitalize. Wide. Here comes Landon Lewis, the 62 at Asgrala is in there.
Wow, that's all I can say. What action.
Oh my goodness. Final lap. They made it to the white.
Flag, guys. 1 lap to go. The next flag will end it.
Can Tyler Wright make it?
Major tire rub on that
Or
left rear right there.
There is so much
See if
smoke.
he can make it all the way back.
What a drive for Tyler Wright.
it's not over.
Asgrala's up, challenging for the third position, and Lane Riggs is right back on the back bumper of Tyler Wright. As we go down towards turn 4,
Said it was sputtering just a lap ago, Kevin. Can he hang on? What an upset this would be if this young man, Tyler Wright, in just his 7th career start, could pull this off.
this is amazing. Watching this kid get it done here late, but Lane Riggs is right there. Yeah, we've seen Tyler Wright on the ARCA West and Cars Tour, so many different series, so much experience up until this point. Not a lot in this truck, though.
And he told me all the eggs are in this basket, running part-time here in the 42. He has to make the most of every single opportunity to prove he belongs. And right now, a terrible fender rub, and he is holding off Lane Riggs.
That camouflage
He's gaining. I think he's gaining just a little bit.
the veteran, it's got to feel so good for him right now if he can pull this off.
The Navy veteran, his owner trained right here. Naval Base Coronado. Look at this battle up front. This is how the race started. So much action. As they come through turn 12.
Riggs is on his back bumper.
Right on the back bumper, you see Lane Riggs give him a shot right there.
It's been a while for Nice Motorsports. 51 races since they went to victory lane. Can they do it today?
Will Lane Riggs use that bumper?
Coming through. Look at the crew cheering him on.
Going through the chicane. Here. Oh, he missed the corner. He missed the course. They made contact. Lane Riggs out front. Oh, he hit the wall. Lane Riggs does it. Wow. Well, I gotta say, man, the wait was worth it. Oh my goodness. Oh man, Tyler Wright was close. He's not a Truck Series regular, meaning that he's not racing full time.
Just made an error right there, getting into the chicane. We just saw a video of 4 crazy last lap finishes in 2026. Add this one to the list, the 5th.
We'll talk about that one for a while.
It all started where Wright just missed the chicane, got up.
And that all started when Kate Honeycutt and Chandler Smith had that contact off of turn 2. Put Honeycutt in a bad spot.
What a finish, man.
Spun out, and then it came down to Rife and Riggs that just put on an
Hemrick had a shot.
And you gotta give it up to Lane Riggs. He was having problems with his engine. It was stumbling, but he kept the pressure on, kept Rife heated up, and forced Rife into a mistake.
I wonder where did Honeycutt finish? Where did Caden Honeycutt finish?
So let's take a look at that final restart.
22nd. Wow. Let's see.
We have very unhappy drivers right there.
Oh, Honeycutt just hit the wall hard, bounced off the wall, and then that got into Smith there.
And spun out. Contact with the wall. Big contact there.
Wow.
Honeycutt just made a mistake right there. At the time, I didn't know if Chandler Smith got into him or not, but he just got wide and smacked the outside fence, so that's on him.
Then we thought Daniel Hemrick was going to win this thing, took the lead, and then Tyler Rife up front and leading down to the chicane right before turn 16 when everything slipped through his fingers.
Yeah, Lane Riggs is still out there doing burnout, so there's still some gas in that tank, Mike. I thought it stumbled, and you heard him report that it did because he just lost so much ground, and then somehow it picked up enough fuel to get to the checker. How cool is that?
He was so fired up, Michael. We heard from him this morning just about racing here. You know, how much fun and how in awe he was of the backdrop and what they get to do here. I can't believe it.
We are all that way, Jamie. It's just been such a special day for the trucks. Winning here at the Naval base for that. Look at the duct tape on the side of the truck from contact early in the day. Ball marks all down the side.
Taking a victory lap. Well, they sure treated the sailors to a heck of a show today.
That was a show. You got that right. As good as it gets.
Lane Riggs extends that point lead over Caden Honeycutt after that mistake. 65 points separate the two of them.
Listen to some of those names in the top 10. Brendan Queen, we saw him with troubles early. Justin Haley, 6th place in his Ram. Landon Lewis, good job, Harv, at your guy. Right up in the top 5. Casper all in 3rd. Yes. I mean, just
great effort.
So many guys that had trouble in practice come back to have a great finish.
How great is this? He made it all the way around to lead his team. Enough gas for that burnout. Heard from his crew chief, Dylan Capello.
Yeah, and what a finish that was.
He's going up to race in the Cars Tour next week.
The O'Reilly, I might planning on doing O'Reilly series reactions for tomorrow, but we'll just have to wait and see how my day goes. So, yeah. But anyways, Lane Riggs wins it, folks. Man, what a finish that was. Took like what? almost 3.5 hours throughout my live stream, but the finish was well worth it, man. Great finish, amazing finish, and congrats to Lane Riggs, y'all. Peace out.